Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Dina, good morning.
Those are the thunder throws, so shook and grown. Disobedience turned their hearts to stone. Rejected the truth, lost in the zone. Now they're paying rent in Hades' bone home. Those crackheads, no shelter in the night.
Good morning.
Gates that eternal fright. Denials echo through torturous flight. Only face facts could have saved their plight.
Hey.
No way back. Lost souls on brimstone track.
All right.
Ignorance, gotta pay the toll. Zeus truth or face
Good
the
morning.
dole. Charon's ropes, too full
Good
to
morning,
float.
Daisy.
Tales of the foolish on the underworld note. Denied Olympian decree, now they tote. Eternal chains, no antidote.
Woo.
Gods convene, truth unseen.
Wow.
Demigods whisper, lost souls scream. Follow the path or drown in the stream. Zeus' wrath, a cruel dream.
Good morning.
So torment, echo the path or drown in the stream. Zeus' wrath, a cruel dream.
Good morning.
So torment, echo the path or drown in the stream. Zeus' wrath, a cruel dream.
Good morning.
So torment, echo.
Good morning. There we go. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Songbird. No, yeah, I had to refresh the app. I should be good, right? Am I good? Am I good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome.
Convene,
Am I good?
no way back. Lost souls on brimstone track.
Lindsay. I see it.
Gotta pay the
All right, I miss you too, Lisa. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
face the dole.
You know what we gotta do?
Too full to float. Tales of the foolish on the underworld moat. Denied Olympian decree, now they don't.
Let's go. Good morning, Kenneth. Let's go.
No antidote.
Let's go. All right. Let's get this show started, ladies and gentlemen. You know exactly what we came here to do.
Yeah, me Zeus, aka Mr. Cross. Yeah. Don't be wrapped up in your feelings.
Fox, good morning. Let's go. Don't try to photocopy me. You out here being saucy. Just getting too spicy. I ain't even had my coffee. Right, Jess? We haven't even had our coffee. Daisy, good morning. Ruby Red, I love you. Seriously. Tinkerbell, good morning. Good morning, Patty. Good morning. All right. Shout out to Nepal. You never know where people are coming from. Thank you, Jess. Lisa, good morning. Mia, thank you. You are all so lovely. You all must have. What did you do this morning? You all are in a good mood, it seems like. All right. Let's go ahead and kill the music, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. We are once again back in the Thunderdome. Snuggles, knock it off, Snuggles. Let's get started, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Seriously, we are once again in the Thunderdome. I am your host. I am your pilot, and you know exactly why we are here. Good morning, Apostle. All right. Hold on. Okay, you know exactly why we are here. Before we get started, let's take care of some housekeeping items. For those of you who don't know who I am, I go by the name Zeus, or as some like to say, Triple H. And why do they call me Triple H, ladies and gentlemen? Snuggles, knock it off. Seriously. The first H stands for honest. I'm the most honest person on social media. The second H is because I'm humble. There's nobody more humble than me. Listen, if I get it wrong, I'll be the first to apologize. It just turns out I haven't been wrong lately. All right, yes, Big Zeus, yeah. And the last and the final H, ladies and gentlemen, is because you've guessed it. I am and will always remain the most handsome. Many of you are familiar with what we do over here on this side of town, on this side of TikTok. What we do is spectacular. It's very, very special, to be quite honest. No one does what we do the way that we do it. We hold our friends on the right, especially their orange deranged cult leader, Donald J. Trump, accountable for their dirty, disgusting, filthy deeds as well as their crimes. And believe you me, isn't it safe to say that the MAGA Republicans, not only are they in a state of delusion, all right, because they've been compromised by the MAGA demon. But these are some of the worst people you'll ever deal with out here, all right? We hold them accountable, all right? And so I got a bit of an announcement to make. Do I have any Trump supporters out there this morning? If you are a Trump supporter, please identify yourself, however you do it. Good morning, Rick. Any Trump supporters out there? How do you identify yourselves? Because you don't like it when I call you MAGA or MAGA demon. What do y'all like to be called? What do you Trump supporters like to be called? Put it in the chat what you want us to call you out here, all right? I see you, Snuggles, and I'll deal with you since you've been mighty generous this morning. When you go ahead and support the platform like you do, Snuggles, and I think that's a very good thing. Any Trump supporter, really, you should start supporting all of these Democrat platforms that are constantly engaging you to help you get out of the cult. You should do that. Go into your pocket and take the last of whatever's left in there and just send it over to Zeus, right? Send it on over to Big Zeus. You don't need it. You're going to throw it away anyway. Send it on over to Zeus and we'll continue to help you get educated. But I must say this. If you are a Trump supporter, you might want to leave this live because it's going to get very, very uncomfortable for you. I promise you. All right. I promise you. We take no prisoners. It's going to get so uncomfortable that you're going to, you're going to be in that McDonald's drive-through. Can I get an egg McMuffin? What are they selling now? Apple pies. Those $2-$4 pies. I don't know if that's what they still. And a Diet Coke. And then you go to the second window because you think Donald Trump is going to be handing the bag out. It's not going to be Trump. No, it's going to be probably a Democrat giving you some McDonald's. And then you're going to listen to this live. And then all of a sudden you're not going to be so hungry. You're not. Because I'm going to ruin your appetite. But you don't got to take my word for it. Listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
Thank you. Anybody that's still in here, and you're in here at your own risk, all right? Because I gave you ample opportunity to figure out what's the best choice for yourself. So let's get straight into it. I've came to the conclusion that I don't believe Trump supporters care about immigration. Nope, you don't care about that. You don't care about the economy. Nope, you don't care about that. The one thing, hold on, my TV's a little loud. What you're trying to do, and it just came to me because yesterday there was some news that came out about some comments Donald Trump made about probably one of the most evil people in history. You've heard about these comments. We'll get into that. MAGA doesn't want us to hold their feet to the fire about who their daddy is, Donald Trump, and the things that he's done. So they're going to continue to make it seem like they're really concerned about the way this country's headed. You're not concerned. This is all about you trying to get your daddy back in the White House. And I'm going to stop you dead in your tracks. Look at this knucklehead right here, this knuckle dragger right here, Jim. Trump will fix everything. Stop you dead in your tracks. Look at this knucklehead right here, this knuckle dragger right here, Jim. Trump will fix everything in America. Jim, the only thing Donald Trump, what was that? The only thing Donald Trump is going to fix is maybe his bed once he gets into prison. That was funny. Yeah, he'll be fixing that bed when he gets into prison. He might fix himself some breakfast while he's in there. Yeah, but he won't be getting back in the White House, Jim. So do me a favor, Jim. Sit your special behind down and continue to listen to this special broadcast, Jim. You don't know anything, Jim. You know Donald Trump loves the poorly educated, Jim. And the fact that you said something that ridiculous, you just put your entire education on full display in front of Zeus. I don't even want to talk to you right now, Jim. Because as far as I'm concerned, Jim, you're dangerous. You're deadly, you're dangerous. I mean, I want to go start this show off, ladies and gentlemen, with my good friend Lawrence O'Donnell, who basically summed up yesterday. And it was the way he summed up yesterday. I said, you know what? I'm really at the point now where I believe Donald Trump is not, he's really going to get his behind spanked. Do not trust these polls that Donald Trump is he's paying people to put out polls that shows that he's in the lead. This is what he's doing. So that when they look at the average of all the polls, it looks like it's a close race. I just don't think the majority of Americans want a fascist as the president. And if they do, I know for sure they don't want somebody that's as old and has dementia, draft dodger, disrespects our men. They don't want that person. If that's what they want, they don't want Donald Trump. So let's let Lawrence O'Donnell, ladies and gentlemen, educate the American people on why they really shouldn't vote for Donald Trump and they should vote for Kamala Harris. Let's start off, ladies and gentlemen.
Is Donald Trump's longest-serving chief of staff in the White House, John Kelly, is now making public statements in 2 interviews today and tonight opposing Donald Trump's candidacy.
Listen it up.
Donald Trump was the stupidest major party nominee for president when he first ran for president 8 years ago. Now at age 78, he is demonstrably even stupider. His proposals about tariffs, for example, have gone from childishly naive 8 years ago to crazily deranged now. Just on economic policy alone, Donald Trump is the stupidest and most dangerous presidential candidate in history. But the breaking news of the night is that Donald Trump's longest-serving White House chief of staff, former Marine Corps General John Kelly, has gone public in 2 interviews to warn the country against the dangers of allowing Donald Trump to win the Electoral College again. The New York Times has released audio of its interview with John Kelly saying, among other things, that Donald Trump is indeed a fascist.
Certainly, the former president is in the far right area. He's certainly an authoritarian. Admires people who are dictators. He has said that. So he certainly falls into the general definition of fascist, for sure.
74 years after General Dwight D. Eisenhower and the greatest generals in the history of combat
Hold on.
defeated Adolf Hitler in World War II and drove him to suicide, General John Kelly still had to battle Adolf Hitler in Donald Trump's White House.
Did y'all hear that? Did you all hear this? We had to deal with the spirit of the mustache man, which possessed Donald Trump while he was president. This is what MAGA doesn't want to talk about. You know what they want to do? Let's talk about immigration, Zeus. I would love to talk about immigration. No, I don't want to talk about immigration. I want to talk about the enemy within. See, sometimes you got to understand, Donald Trump says this stuff because he's telling on himself. He is the enemy within. I listened to his rallies yesterday. I think he somehow managed to praise President Xi. Didn't he? At his own rally in front of his supporters, he praised President Xi. He praised Kim Jong-un. He praised Vladimir Putin. He wants to be just like them. You know, we're 14 days out before the election ends. And I had to say to myself, I said, what does it mean when you have all these alarm bells going off in this country, where you have real Republicans coming out saying, this guy is dangerous, don't vote for him. Now you got 4-star generals coming out saying to the American people, this guy is dangerous, do not vote for him. Do your Trump supporters finally understand what we've been saying? Do you understand what we've been saying? Donald Trump, number one, he doesn't care about you. He's only running to stay out of prison. And every issue that you have, you have to blame him. But he's doing one heck of a job basically saying his atrocious record while president is Kamala Harris's fault. I saw J.D. Vance at his rally yesterday. The sign fell off because, they don't have enough money to, campaign because all the money has gone to Donald Trump's legal fees. The sign fell off, and then behind it, you could just see it was taped up there. And you know what J.D. Vance says? He says, oh, that's Kamala Harris put the sign up. And then the supporters or the people in the cult, they just clapped. Are you Trump supporters that naive that you believe Kamala Harris put the sign up at J.D. Vance's rally? Seriously. Now listen, before I move forward, are there any Trump supporters out there that are ready to get out of the cult today? Never let baby killer. Oh, wait a second. Okay, hold on. Lefty. Let's see, who is this? See, you just can't dive into this. You know what?
What would you say when he said to you that Hitler did a lot of good things?
Well, I tell him that. I said, first of all, you should never say that. But if you knew what Hitler was all about from the beginning to the end, everything he did was in support of his racist, fascist life, philosophy, so that nothing he did you could argue was good.
Does anybody out there agree with Donald Trump that the mustache man was a good person? Put a 1 in the chat if you do. I want to talk to you. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree with Donald Trump that the mustache man was a great person. I think this is campaign ending right here. This is career ending right here. This is career ending for MAGA right here. Put a 1 in the chat if you believe that if you agree with Donald Trump that the mustache man was a great person and you liked his generals because his generals were so strong and smart. Letty, you're not allowed to send. Letty, you could send me a guest request. Oh, wait. Somebody said I'm taking it out of context. Billy, what am I taking out of context? This is a 4-star general, Billy. You're nothing but a little peasant compared to him. Billy, I take his word way before I take your word because probably there's nothing upstairs, Billy, that allows you to think critically.
It was certainly not done for the right reason. And, but he would occasionally say that.
What would he say when you would lay that out to him?
He just, that would be the end of the conversation usually.
Donald Trump is the most ignorant person who has ever held the title of president in this country.
Thank you.
And he proved that in many ways, including in his administration, not just because of his admiration for Adolf Hitler, but because of his admiration for Adolf Hitler's generals.
Wow.
In an article by Jeffrey Goldberg in The Atlantic, published today before the New York Times interview with John Kelly was published, this article in The Atlantic includes an interview with John Kelly about Donald Trump's admiration for Hitler and Hitler's generals, who every historian knows were actually the worst generals in the European theater of World War II. We will consider just how demented Donald Trump's
Ladies and gentlemen, here's Chuck Norris.
Hold on. They were the worst generals.
Admiration is for the Nazi generals who lost World War II after some of them repeatedly participated in plots to assassinate Adolf Hitler. Later in this program...
Let me ask you, Trump supporters, a serious question. Are y'all aware that that's what his generals did? Did you know that? MAGA, seriously. Did you know that? This is some sick stuff you've all gotten yourselves into. And it makes absolutely no sense. I wish if I could just be dictator for a day. And, I'm totally against that. But if I could just go into fairy tale land real quick, I would strip every traitor of their right to vote in any election here in this country. You can go vote in Russia. You can go do whatever the heck you want in North Korea, but not here in the United States. Listen to my fellow Americans. It doesn't matter what side of the aisle you're on. It's very clear. This election, we have to save this country from some of the most simple-minded folks in this country who don't know any better. All right, if you might as well assume you're voting for two. Your vote counts as two votes because there's people in this country that are clearly throwing away their vote. Oh, somebody said that I'm jealous. PT, come on up here, PT. Let me explain to you. What's going on here, PT. Oh, PT, you don't want to come up here and speak to Big Zeus? Well, mods, you know what to do with PT. Who's clearly a Russian bot. Obviously, they know it's probably safer for them to remain in the comments. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give PT Buff a round of booze and shame.
Silence, you MAGA demon!
You know what's real sad, ladies and gentlemen, is this is not the worst of it. This is not the worst
Yale
of it.
history professor Timothy Snyder joins us. Donald Trump, more than once in the White House, said that he wished he had Hitler's generals because he stupidly and ignorantly thought that they were better than the American generals that we have now, and better than the American generals who won World War II. He stupidly thought that Hitler's generals were more loyal to Hitler personally. John Kelly says that Donald Trump had no idea that Hitler's generals tried to repeatedly assassinate him. In the Atlantic article by Jeffrey Goldberg, there is a uniquely Trumpian statement of hatred for Mexicans, spoken by Donald Trump. But this time, he was privately speaking about a Mexican-American soldier who was murdered at an army base in the United States.
Oh.
When the soldier's family visited the White House, Donald Trump said this.
And if I can help you out with the funeral, I'll help you out. I'll help you out financially. I'll help you.
Of course, when the bill arrived at the White House several weeks later, according to Jeffrey Goldberg's reporting, Donald Trump did what he always does when he sees a bill. He complained bitterly. Jeffrey Goldberg reports, according to two people present at the meeting, Trump asked, did they bill us for the funeral? What did it cost? According to attendees and to contemporaneous notes of the meeting taken by a participant, an aide answered, yes, we received a bill. The funeral cost $60,000.
Oh.
Trump became angry. It doesn't cost $60,000 to bury an effing Mexican.
Wow. Are there any Latinos for Trump out there? Did you hear this? It doesn't cost $60,000 to bury a American soldier who just happened to be of Mexican descent. When will you wake up and realize he's playing you like a fiddle?
He turned to his chief of staff, Mark Meadows, and issued an order. Don't pay it. Later that day, he was still agitated. Can you believe it? He said, according to a witness, effing people trying to rip me off.
But I don't expect anything less. I don't expect anything less.
Honorably and honorably.
Let's listen to Ana Navarro put it in plain English for you so-called Latinos for Trump. All right, let's listen to what she says. Maybe this will help wake you up.
Decades and decades. This is a man who we should listen to. And look, if you are a staunch Trump supporter, it won't matter to you. But to those Republicans who say they have the greatest respect for the military, to those Republicans who say they are for law and order, they better heed John Kelly's words. And I hope that at least some of them take it seriously. And if they are having a hard time marking that ballot for Kamala Harris, that this is something that helps them finally make that decision. And let me also please talk about this stuff, about what he said about Vanessa Guillen. If you don't believe that Donald Trump is capable of saying that $60,000 doesn't cost that much to bury a fucking Mexican, then you haven't been listening to Donald Trump. You haven't been listening to the way he talked about Judge Curiel as just a Mexican. You haven't been listening to the way he talked about Mexicans as criminals and rapists. You have forgotten when he said that people like me come from shithole countries. This is true to form for Donald Trump. So for those Latinos out there who think that when he says racist, offensive things, it doesn't apply to them, you are wrong. And if you are a Latino or an American with Trump amnesia, this should help to cure you.
Thank you, Anna, so much. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give Anna a round of applause. Do I have any Latinos for Trump out there? Or do I have any so-called patriots out there that want to get in the box today and answer some of these questions? Who wants to defend their daddy right now? Put a 1 in the chat and let's get this show started, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get this show started. Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter and you want to come up in the box and defend your daddy still after all of this news has just dropped. I would love to hear from you. Mr. Hendricks, come on up here, Mr. Hendricks. Mr. Hendricks, come on up here. Oh, Anthony. Okay, come on up here, Anthony. Come on up here, Anthony. I don't think they'll be brave enough to come up here today because they know there's only one acceptable answer, and it's, Anthony, you had to go. Woo, Anthony must have felt the heat as soon as he got in the box. Anthony, put a 1 in the chat if you are a Trump supporter and you want to come up here and defend your daddy. Yeah, Anthony thought twice. Creative Inc. Thank you for the money gun, champion. All right, let's see. James Chavez. Come on up here, James. Bruce, I sent you an invite, James. Come on, you two. Don't sit there and get nervous all of a sudden. I have some simple questions to ask you, so-called MAGA demons. Yeah, they're afraid. They're afraid. They're terrified right now. Look at that. Okay, listen, I could do one at a time because I know it's hard for you to control who has the echo? James, you got an echo.
Hello?
James. Yeah, it's you, James. User, are you there?
I'm here.
Are you okay? Are you a Trump supporter?
Yes, I am.
All right, James, you had an echo, but you can send a guest request. I'll talk to you. What part of the country are you from, user? And what should I call? What part?
I'm from Florida. Florida.
Are you of Hispanic descent?
Hispanic veteran, Puerto Rican.
Where do I start with you? What do you think about his comments and the way that he disrespected the Mexicans?
Okay, well, let's go straight to the point, right? The point is this: why would I vote for him? Right?
Well, I just gave you. I gave you two good answers. Did you not hear what I've been covering?
No. I got in here and I heard you speaking about daddies. Whose daddy? Well, let me tell you why I would vote for him. Isn't that what you really want to know?
All right, go for it.
Okay. First of all, anytime I vote with my Bible in my hand. One, any policy, and I'm a Democrat, by the way, anyone that believes the thing that these Democrats are believing today, for allowing men to be women and women to be men and girls play, you know what? That's demonic. The Democratic Party is the demonic party. And yes, he is a racist. But guess what? I am too. And we call it racism when it's actually favoritism. He favors his own people. I favor my own people. You favor your own people. But because it's him, it's a racism. You know what? I don't need nothing from nobody. I go out here and I work and I give.
All right. You know what? I got to give you a round of applause. I love that you just wore your little I'm a racist badge. You wore that with honor. That's
I love my people.
No. Yeah. That's just, to me, we don't got to go into that. So you're racist. Are you also a fan of Adolf, the mustache man? You're a fan of his?
No.
Well, so what do you have to say about Donald Trump? No. So I get it. You and Donald Trump have being evil in common when it comes to racism.
Oh God, come on, let's
Now,
talk
now,
like men.
now, now.
Let's talk like men. We're not gonna play this bullshit.
Wait,
We're
wait.
talking
Well,
just
we
talk
don't
like men.
listen, sir. I don't curse on this
When
show.
I said-
I don't
when I
curse on.
said
Listen,
racist-
listen. Did you hear what I just said? I said I don't curse on this show. Okay, people's who really have a lot of respect for
Let's
me.
move it. Let's keep-
They're
let's go, let's
listening
go.
to this, so
I
please
heard
control
you, I heard
yourself.
You, I heard you. Let's
All
ride.
right. So the news that has just dropped is he's been praising the Mustache Man. This is coming from a 4-star general, and as a man that served this country in uniform, that should be a cause for concern. Explain why you don't. Explain to me why him having a high, reverence towards this guy, why that doesn't bother you.
You know why? Because I am first and foremost, Donald Trump is not my savior. My savior name is Jesus Christ. If he said that, and I believe me, there's so much false news out there. If he say that, that's on him. He's going to have to meet his maker. What I do know is that the Democratic policies cause me not to vote for them.
Sir, whatever Democratic policy you believe has impacted you, there's been a lot of research that's came out and said what you really are not paying attention to is that it's Donald Trump's failure in office while he was there that's the cause of the problem. So in other words, Donald Trump is blaming his record on the Democrats, and you can't see it. So that's why I said at the top of the show, I don't want to talk about policy with MAGA. All right, because you won't be honest. Let's stick to the fact that you're honestly racist. Number one. Now, we're in a space right now where Donald Trump, while commander-in-chief, was walking around praising the Mustache Man. What do you have to say about that?
Let's go to the racist thing first.
You're racist. I don't need to go back and forth with you about it.
Wait, well, I'm gonna explain myself.
No, buddy.
Okay,
No. I'm not gonna chop it up with you about that because I get it. Are you trying to not be a racist?
It's that I'm trying to explain to you something. When I say I'm a racist, it means that I favor my own people.
Okay.
That's what I mean.
Can I ask you an honest question? Do you go around in public and tell people that you're a racist? Do you just say, "Yeah, I'm a racist" in public to people that?
No, never have.
So why would you do it on TikTok?
I'm explaining to you what's the difference. The problem is people are claiming that we're racist.
Are Christians racist? Are Christians racist?
Listen to me.
Are Christians
You're
racist?
that we're racist.
No.
Yes. Christians
sir,
favor themselves.
Sir,
Christians favor Christians.
Sir, for the record, you admitted you're racist. So you can't go around saying people are saying you're racist when you admit it. You took that card away. You admitted you're a racist.
Yes.
Okay, so we're done with that. For you to call yourself a Christian and racist is crazy. Okay, I don't think they are. You can't be a Christian and racist.
You say so? Because you say so?
Because I know what.
Christian? Are you a Christian?
No.
I know exactly. So you cannot speak on something that you're not.
Okay, so let's just go ahead and bury that. Okay. As far as I'm concerned, there's nothing you can say to change my opinion about what you admitted.
I'm not trying to.
Let's talk about the mustache. Let's talk about the Mustache Man. Are you in support of the Mustache Man or not?
Of course not.
Okay, great. Now, your cult leader, your daddy, is.
My daddy, let's respect each other. I consider that a curse word. I'm Latino. No. Don't call him my daddy. Don't do that. Because then you're disrespecting me.
No.
You asked me to respect you.
Sir.
You asked me to respect you.
Sir, listen. I have the utmost respect for you, but Donald Trump is your daddy. And it's okay. It's okay. Okay,
right, you need bye-bye. You want me to hang up?
You can do whatever you want to do, bro.
I don't want to. I really want to talk to you, but if you're calling my daddy again, I'm going to hang up. Because it's Kamala. Let me tell you something. You know what?
Okay. How about this? If you be honest, I won't refer to him as your daddy again. But if you start lying, and pivoting, sir, we're gonna go back to this whole father-son situation that's going on.
Okay. You know what? You a black man. That's why you think somebody else can be your daddy, because you're not sure who your daddy is.
Yeah.
I'm like, I was born and raised with my father.
I
You
expect
see, so
nothing.
black people, because y'all got food stamp and welfare, and they force y'all to be grown, be raised by your mother's only. You feel like a woman.
Yeah.
But let me tell you something,
All
I'm a
right,
man, bruh.
all right, okay, good. You got it off your chest. You feel better now?
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
all right. I expect nothing less from you. All right, I get it. You're a racist. I expect nothing less. That
Yes,
doesn't bother
I am.
me. I know that doesn't bother me. Now I want to move on to this next part again. Why are you dodging this accountability thing about the mustache man?
I'm not. Let's go
Okay,
to it.
okay. So what are your thoughts about Donald Trump praising the mustache man?
To be honest with you, I did not hear that. This is my first time hearing that.
Does it
And
change your
if you
opinion?
said- No, because you said it. I won't, because you already, to me, you're a liar when you said he was my daddy. So to me, you're a liar, because you're gonna call Donald Trump my
Well,
daddy.
guess
That means you're
what?
a
Guess
liar.
what? Guess what? Guess what? And then I'm going to keep calling him your daddy. Donald Trump is
Okay,
your
that's
daddy,
fine.
and guess what?
Yep.
You're possessed with
Yes.
the
At
MAGA
least I know
demon.
who my daddy is, and
No, you don't. Have you ever met your dad?
Yes,
You met
sir.
Trump? You met Trump? You met
Let
Trump?
me tell you something, brother.
You met Donald
If
Trump?
you were a real man, you wouldn't vote for a woman to be your leader.
Oh, so you're a
No woman can lead a
misogynist.
man.
So you're a
Yes, I am.
misogynist too.
Yes.
Are you married?
I'm married and I run my house
What's
like
his
a man supposed to.
What's his name?
And I make
What- who-
$250,000 a year.
What's his name? Your partner?
Come on now. You
What's
know
his
better than
name?
this. I'm Latino, bruh. I'm
What's
not
his name?
Diddy, bruh. I'm
Okay.
not a rapper, bruh.
Okay. All right. Let me ask you a question.
You're not talking to a rapper.
Let me
You're
ask you a
talking to grown
question.
man.
Let me ask you a question.
Go for
Seriously.
it. Go for it.
Because as far as
By
I'm
the way, I love
concerned,
you. By the way, I
no,
love you,
heck
brother.
no. See, I knew that was coming.
Okay,
I
don't
knew
want-
that.
I don't wanna, you know what I'm saying? I don't
Nobody,
want it to go crazy.
nobody.
But go ahead. But go ahead. But in other words, I don't hate you. In other words, you know what I mean? We're not going. You know what I'm saying? This is no. hate.
I
This is
get it.
not-
I get it. I
All
get
right,
it.
all right, so let's go. Now, right. That's right. We going. Keep going.
Yeah,
I'm here.
yeah. Okay. If you really do care about your fellow Americans, you would relax on all of the support for Donald Trump. You would really stop being racist and try to really work on being a better human being.
Are you
I
a
get it.
veteran?
I
Are you a
get
veteran?
absolutely
Are you
not.
a
But my
veteran?
father, no,
You know what it tells me?
no,
You know
no,
what it tells me?
sir,
You're weak.
sir. I don't
You're
want to
a
have to
weak
mute
man.
you.
That's
I don't want to have to mute you, but you're really crashing out. It's a lot of strong demon energy coming from you. I need you to just listen. All right? The fact that you feel so confident to be on social media bragging that you're a racist is definitely an issue. You won't do it in public, but you have no problem doing it on an anonymous account on social media. This is indicative of what people are talking about when we say Trump supporters are definitely the worst of the worst in this country. This is not real American, ladies and gentlemen. This is somebody whose mind has been compromised by the MAGA demon. Secondly, sir, the fact that you won't denounce Donald Trump for his praise of the mustache man is definitely cause for concern. You're a traitor. So you're a racist and a traitor. And as far as I'm concerned, all those little superficial issues that you want to try to continue to make up and say these are the real problems, they're not. The real problem is the hatred that you have in your heart. You're not a Christian. You're a hypocrite. And if Donald Trump gets in office, sir, you said you're a Puerto Rican. I promise you would be on the top of the list of people that would get deported because you don't belong in this country as far as I'm concerned. You're an evil person. You got a lot of pride in your heart, but for what? For all the wrong reasons. And it's sickening that, I know somewhere in America, you have the ability to influence people who don't know any better. And then this disease, this sickness that MAGA brings with them just continues to go on and on and on. All right, sir. Let me ask you another question. I'm gonna. He hit the mute button. That's what they do. That's what they do when I'm ministering to him.
Oh, I did not try to.
Listen.
My fault.
Listen.
I'm muted.
Listen, I got a question to ask you, and I do this to every sensible person that gets in my box. I want you to listen to what your dad says. And don't be offended that I said that he's your dad, all right? It's just TikTok, all right? It doesn't mean a thing. Just let me do what I do. I want you to listen to his words, what he said to his daughter, and I want your honest opinion about it, all right?
If Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her. If Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her.
Let me play it one more time, because I don't
If
think you got...
Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her.
Honestly, what is your opinion about that?
Hey, well, I'm going to tell you, that's wrong. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. That's wrong. That was totally wrong. I wouldn't say that about my daughter.
What about this?
He was wrong to say that.
What about this? What about this, though? I wasn't done. There's a little bit more. I just want to double check.
What's the favorite thing you have in common with your father?
Hold on.
What's the favorite thing you have in common with your father?
Either real estate or golf.
Donald, with your daughter?
Well, I was going to say sex, but I can't relate that.
Come on, man. What's that? Is there anything?
With my father? With my father, I had that in common with my father, too.
But he said it about his daughter.
Oh, no, I don't play that. That was disrespectful. That was wrong. It's the same thing like if we sit there and we say what Kamala has done.
No. So, listen.
Oh, yeah, you're right. We're talking about my daddy. Only my daddy. Let's talk about my daddy only. Let's look for his error, but we're not.
But I just want your. I just want.
I told you he's wrong. He was wrong. 100% wrong.
Why was it wrong?
But that doesn't mean I wouldn't vote for him.
But listen.
That doesn't mean I wouldn't vote for him.
A lot of people like you won't even admit he was wrong. So I'm going to say
he was wrong.
That's a step.
Wait.
That's a step in the right direction. I get it, but why? Could you at least?
Was he wrong?
Because there's some Trump supporters in here that don't think he's wrong. But I think if I could, if I can get you to explain to them why that was wrong, we can move on.
Because that's your own daughter. You can't disrespect your daughter like that. You know, you cannot disrespect your daughter like that. But I also understand. See, you got to remember, I'm from a man's world. I'm from the military. We talk to men. We talk, man. You see, if you would have actually been in a man's world, you would have think different. But because you live in a sheltered little life,
that's your opinion.
You see, that's the reality.
What?
Your reality. You're soft. You already told me that. You told me you're a coward. You never went to the military. You're a coward, a soft coward. You're not even red-blooded American, but you put a lock on your door because you don't want anybody to go into your house. But we allow people to come across in our country.
I got it. Now and you know what? You said that with so much conviction that I'm pretty sure you believe yourself. I get it. But
you believe me too. You have a lock on your door, don't you?
But I'm going to give you
a lock on your door.
I'm going to get sir. Come on now. I'm going to give you some advice or some information. I hear from people like you every day that have they're not really good at assessing who I am or anything that I'm a part of or what I'm tied to. So listen, your comments.
You're not a man, so it doesn't make a difference.
Listen.
You're not a man.
Yeah, but listen to this. Your remarks, they went off of my back like water on a duck.
And
I get it. You could keep doing it, but it doesn't bother me. But the thing that bothers me, and if you haven't been paying attention, is I'm still.
You're not a man?
No.
I have to go out there and I'm willing to die for you?
No, sir. Is it all right if I run my show the way that I've run it and let me finish doing my job?
You invited me. Why you invite me if you're not going to be a man?
So you're obsessed.
You wanted a bitch on the phone, right? That's what you wanted.
So listen, didn't I ask you not to use? Okay,
that's not a bad word.
No,
you consider that a bad word. I don't.
Okay, well then you know what I could do. I got to show this little boy right here. This is a little boy. This is a child. Somewhere along the way, he's been convinced that he's a man. I don't know what tools or what metrics he's using to gauge his manhood, but I'll just say this, and then you know what? I'll say this, and I got to keep it clean though, because people know me, Zeus. I promise you, this guy, if he's got somebody, he's dating somebody, and she's somewhat reasonable. If I were around, she would be leaving him to come be with Zeus, and that's what he's afraid of. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but I had to say it. He would never bring them around Zeus. And so I'm not worried about what he's saying. I know that she's probably listening to this show, assuming it's a woman, and she's going, Zeus, please help him. I've been dealing with this deranged, Trump-obsessed creature for X amount of time, and there's nothing that I can do or say to help him let go of his affinity towards Donald Trump. He's walking around thinking he's the strongest thing in the world since he spent a little time in the armed services. Even though there's thousands of people in this country that have done it, he thinks he's the strongest one. He's walking around praising the guy that praises the mustache man. Zeus, please help me. And it's sick. This is a sick thing that's going on in this country. Sir, let me bring you back to earth. Are you done bragging and boasting about what you are? Because I'll be honest with you, when you look in the mirror, it's the exact opposite. As far as I'm concerned, I don't know you from a bag of rocks. But real men don't have to go around bragging out loud that they're real men. It should already be understood. What's understood doesn't need to be said, champ. Do you get what I'm trying to say? You don't need to continue to try to convince me you're something. I should be able to see it by the way you walk and talk and how you carry yourself. But ever since you've got up here, you've done the exact same thing your daddy's done. You continue to try to put people down. Why? Why? Think about it. Why are you upset with Zeus? Because I'm showing you some information about your daddy, that he praises the mustache man, that he's disrespectful to Latinos. Now you basically turned yourself into a terrorist. User, I asked you to hit unmute, and unfortunately you didn't want to hit unmute, so I got to move it on, bro. Ladies and gentlemen, that previous guest is clearly possessed with the MAGA demon. I think there was a little bit of light inside of him, but it wasn't enough. It was drowned out by all of the darkness, all the evil, the hatred, the misogyny, and the bigotry. User, guess what? You're going into the lake of fire, so let me warm it up for you guys. Let me warm it up. User, do me a huge favor. Get professional help. You're an ugly person. That's why you don't put your name on your profile. That's why you don't want to turn your camera on and identify yourself. You're ashamed of the person you see when you look in the mirror. Hopefully, this fire will help purge the MAGA demon out of you. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give him a round of boos and shame.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Your assessment of the circumstances at hand is truly unique. Let's talk about it. Translation?
You done lost your damn mind. When you get your damn mind, you call me.
Yeah. America, do you see why we have to do away with Donald Trump and his supporters by voting Kamala Harris in office? That is a good example of what we don't need 4 more years of. Now, I see there's some people out there that are triggered by the way that I'm running this broadcast. Maybe you didn't hear my message at the top of the show.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
Yep. All right. Let's get to the box, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, as you can see, we just have some sick people out here, ladies and gentlemen, some sick folks out here that clearly it's like a cancer to this country. Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter and you want to come up here and defend your daddy. After you know what he's recently just been found out to have said. He's been praising the mustache man and he's been disrespecting Mexican soldiers. And Donald Trump, for the record, ladies and gentlemen, in case you didn't know, he has a history of disrespecting our men and women in uniform. All right. And if you don't believe me, I mean, he somehow manages to disrespect people of color and the military at the same time. At the same time. All right. Let me give it to you again. Let me make sure I play this for you.
Seriously, and if they are having a hard time marking that ballot for Kamala Harris, that this is something that helps them finally make that decision. And let me also please talk about this stuff, about what he said about Vanessa Guillen. If you don't believe that Donald Trump is capable of saying that $60,000 doesn't cost that much to bury a fucking Mexican, then you haven't been listening to Donald Trump. You haven't been listening to the way he talked about Judge Curiel as just a Mexican. You haven't been listening to the way he talked about Mexicans as criminals and rapists. You have forgotten when he said that people like me come from shithole countries. This is true to form for Donald Trump. So for those Latinos out there who think that when he says racist, offensive things, it doesn't apply to them, you are wrong. And if you are a Latino or an American with Trump amnesia, this should help to cure you.
Anyone still got Trump amnesia out there? 4 years ago, and I'm going to continue to hammer this point home too. 4 years ago, we were in a nasty pandemic. We had a lot of civil and social unrest in this country. You know, the whole George Floyd protest. So that goes to the people of color, the black folks out there. Let's not pretend like that didn't happen. But I get it. You got Trump amnesia. Thank you, Anna. I'm going to have to start using that. You got Trump amnesia. 4 years ago, Zeus, life was better. I was living in Neverland, all right, and I was just having the swellest of time, and then all of a sudden Joe Biden became president, and my life went down the drain. Is that the lie y'all continue to tell yourselves? Oh, somebody told me to put a sock. Oh, you told me to be quiet. Okay, let me help you out. You've been really triggered in the comment section. Why are you breathing like that?
Why are you starting off with insults? Let's ask me the
I
question.
mean, you're in my ear, huffing and puffing, bro. I'm like, what is it that's really got you so worked up in the comment section? Have I lied?
You have.
About what?
First, when that gentleman that was in your box previously, when he said that, him being of, I don't want to say it wrong, but like let's say Latino descent. He favors Latino people. Now, before you say anything, black people as a whole, we favor black people over, let's say, Latino people. He wasn't necessarily saying that he is a racist person. Now,
wait. Lifestyle. Before lifestyle, I gotta stop you. He admitted he was a racist.
Exactly. So time out.
So you can't say he wasn't saying he was racist. He admitted he was. Can you at least clear that up? Can you clear that up? Can you clear that up?
I am. Let me finish my point.
And by the way, just because we all skin folk don't mean we all kin folk. You know the drill.
Right.
You know the drill. So stop that one too.
You won't allow me to talk, bro.
Well, if you're gonna get up here and just start lying, yeah, we're gonna have to put the.
Where was the lie?
You said he wasn't racist. You said he wasn't racist.
Bro, can I talk, or are you just gonna be the one to talk?
Let me see, man. Let me see. You can't turn your camera on. I was about to ask you. I can turn it on. I need to look. Turn the camera on. I need to look this demon in the eyes.
What you want to see my face? Are you a girl?
No. You ain't getting none of that off of Zeus.
What you so worried about my face?
Didn't you just hear what I said? I said I want to look the demon in the eyes.
You turn this argument into what I look like type deal. Let's talk about
all
what
of
he
that.
said. Let's talk about what he said, bro. Isn't that the point?
If you're honest.
Yes, I am honest. I'm being very honest.
I love to hear what you got to say.
So what he said was, you can't blame him for saying like, yeah, I'm racist because I care about my culture and my people first. That's not being racist, because at the end of the day, that's what black people are. That's what you are berating other black people to do for Kamala. You're basically telling me that if I don't vote for Kamala, that I'm basically an outsider of the black community. That's what you're doing.
No. So let me put it to you this way with that logic. If I were to say, "Are you a grapist?" What would your answer be?
Where is this conversation going? Of course
Because
not.
because what I do is help MAGA understand their logic isn't adding up. So
Okay, go ahead.
if you
I'm
say
sorry.
I'm a grapist for my own community, though, does that make it better?
Let me ask you a question,
Did
bro.
you? No, no. Let's go down
you're
this.
right. No,
Okay.
it does
Oh
not
wait.
make
What
it
if I say, "Are you an unaliver?" And then you go, "No." But then I go, but then you go, "But you know what? I'm an unaliver in my community." Does it make it better?
So if you're gonna say
So
I'm a Christian, if you're a Christian, how can you say I support abortion?
Wait, brother,
How can you say that? You're a hypocrite, bro. Let's
brother.
be honest.
I'll talk about that in just a second.
Let's
I'll
go.
talk about that in a second. I want to make sure we have a good understanding that saying you're a racist, but just because you care about your own community doesn't
He
make
said
it better.
wrong. You trying to put words in his mouth? He just didn't. He didn't.
No. So the
extrapolate
correct
his words correctly.
brother, it's simple. Do you go around bragging you're racist in any
Bro,
other
you
spaces
made
you
him
go?
mad. You made him mad. I understand. What
No,
first
no,
of
no,
all,
no.
The man is a veteran. He's a
I don't
veteran.
give a darn
Give him his
what
props.
he is.
Give him his props, bro. Stop
Jesus
that. And
Christ.
give that man his props. He's a veteran. He fought for you.
No.
Come on, bro. You're
Absolutely
not being
not.
honest. You're not being honest. He's a veteran. He
Well then,
fought for you.
I'm being so honest. Let me explain to you
Regardless
why I
of
won't give
how
that
he
traitor.
feels
I
about
won't give
me.
that traitor. Listen, I will not give him any props. Give Kamala Harris props because she's a government official who's definitely putting this country first. She's protecting you. Give
How
her
is she
her
putting
props.
this country first, bro?
Again,
Have
you don't know
seen
what
the
a
border?
so you don't know
just
what a
jumping everywhere. Why are you jumping all over the place?
You don't know what a vice president does.
Let's focus on what you was just talking about. You jumping all over the place, bro.
You can't comprehend.
I can't comprehend. You jumping.
No,
all
bro,
over the
you're
place.
compromised. You're compromised. And that's the way
Explain to
put
me
it.
how I'm compromised, brother.
Because
Explain.
you don't understand the role of the vice president. You don't understand what Kamala Harris has been doing while in office, all right, to help protect the United States of America and its interests, domestically or abroad. You have no clue. You seem to have latched onto this ridiculous
let me
narrative
ask you
that
this.
somehow she was the border czar. Go find me a piece of paper that shows she was elected to be the border
Where
czar.
are
You
going
won't
with
find
this
it, bro.
conversation? You wanted to go where you wanted to go.
Because I'm trying to make you understand something because you
You're
don't
not
know
making me
much.
understand anything. Go ahead. I'm
Actually,
sorry.
I did. Actually,
No, you
I
didn't.
did.
No, you didn't. Because if we're being honest about, she didn't. If you're
No.
saying that
I
the
want you to get
policy-
back to defending that previous guest because he admitted he was a
Bring me back
racist,
to
and
that.
yeah, I never left it. That's what you came up here to
Oh
talk
my
about.
gosh. You all over the place, bro.
Are you ready to leave him where I left him in the lake of fire
You didn't
and move
leave
on?
him anywhere. And where can you leave me, bro? Let's be honest. Like I said, you're not being honest. The gentleman is a veteran.
No, he ain't.
fought for
I didn't
you
see any
and he
paperwork.
fought for me.
I didn't see any
He fought
paperwork.
for both of us. He fought
I didn't
for
see.
both of us.
Hey, as far as I'm concerned, I didn't see any paperwork, so I can't
Oh,
confirm
wow.
that's what he
so
is.
this is the point that I'm trying to make, bro. So who's the
Thank
racist
you.
here? Who's the racist here?
He is.
How is he a racist?
He admitted
he
it.
fought for you. He fought for you.
No, he didn't.
Regardless if he hates black people or not, he picked up a gun and fought for you. He fought for you. Think about that. Think about that, bro.
You can't make this stuff
Think about that.
up.
Think about that. Think about that.
You can't
He
make.
fought for you. You basically saying, like I said, black people. You making a Chinese man say that, hey, I love Chinese people. You basically saying that Latinos are saying, hey, I love Latino people. Black people can say that too. Everybody of every nationality can say that. But you're trying to make him out to be a villain when black people, you included, are making other black people out to be villains because we're not voting for Kamala Harris. Let's be honest here, bro. Who is the racist here?
You.
How?
Everything you just said, and you're a misogynist.
How am I a misogynist? Where did I go with this? How did I get misogyny out of this?
Do you think
Again,
the way
you're trying to paint a picture?
Can I respond to your
Sure,
questions?
please
All
respond.
right, because you're just crashing out, bro. And I mean,
Oh my gosh, you
How
don't
do you-
even have
if-
a conversation to talk about, bro. You losing this one.
listen, if you were to explain to people how you feel you look right now on this show, what do you think the impression most people would say about you is? Lifestyle? What would you?
I would hope that.
What do you
this
think
is
they're
what I would
saying?
hope. This is what I would hope. I would hope that people would have a clear mind and actually look at things objectively and not just from a point of, well, she's black or she's.
Wait, did you answer my question? I said, what do you think people listening to you talk right now? What do you think
In
they
the
think
United
about?
States, we are on the world. We're on the brink of World War III. We're on the brink of World War III, bro.
Jesus.
Do you know that? Are you aware of that?
Did you hear my question?
Are you aware of that? What's your question?
Based on the conversation you and I have been having, right? We've spoken maybe 5 or 10 minutes. What do you think the impression people have about you is? What do you think they think about you, like in terms of your character? Do you think that you come across as a man that respects women?
First of all, I have a woman in my life that I've been with for a long time. How did I not respect women? What did I say that was against women at all? When did I even mention women before you mentioned a woman?
Your rhetoric. I'm asking you a very point blank question, and it's something you should be able to at least answer because it's about
When
you.
did I even mention women? I didn't even say anything about women at all.
Wow.
Where did you get that? I was talking about the gentleman who was a veteran that you were putting down because he said
Okay,
that
sir,
in his community-
let me answer your question.
Right.
The reason I threw it out there about women is because you've been making some comments about Vice President Kamala Harris, who's a
What
woman.
did I say about her?
Just, do you don't remember what you've said?
What did I say?
Okay, so this is the issue.
Bro, I've never said anything about Kamala Harris.
Okay,
Everything I've talked
okay.
about has been about the gentleman.
Okay, you may not remember. So, are you voting for Kamala Harris?
I am not.
Why not?
I'm going to tell you why. The Democratic Party has, to me, slipped. One, they have allowed children to, or they are trying to allow children to mutilate their bodies before they can drink, drive, or vote. Whether that is with your acknowledgement as a parent or not. Is that true or false? Before we go any further.
That's false.
So children at the age of 16 can take puberty blockers. Can they take puberty blockers? Can they take puberty blockers? Yes or no?
Bro, I just said it. I just said it was false. All right,
So
we only have a
lie.
small window of time, bro. Imagine you're in an interview and
That's
you know
your first
listen.
lie, bro. You sit here lying. That's
Look at all
your first
these.
lie.
Look at the chat.
That's your
Look at
first
the chat.
lie.
Look. I didn't even
That's
ask.
your first lie.
Lifestyle. I didn't even ask the chat, and they put it in there false. So,
Bro, that's your first lie. That's your first lie. Your second lie will be that you're
laughing, and you're laughing. Listen, bro, bro.
You gotta stop, yo.
Bro. Listen to me. You know what you're saying ain't adding up. So stop it. I didn't even ask
a question. Let me finish.
You haven't. You have failed to answer the question.
Let me finish my answer. Can I?
Can you listen? I got to do this. I got to do this with Trump supporters. You got to get it out in 30 seconds, and it has to be relevant to the question. All right? And if it's not, I'm going to, get back to the question.
If I'm voting for her and why not, how is what I'm saying not relevant? What are you talking about, bro?
What was the original question? Do you remember?
You just said, am I voting for her or not, and why not?
Right. And
Then
what?
Going back to the original question, make up your mind, yo. Your glasses is fogging up.
Yeah, they're fogging up because of the lies you're spewing on the platform.
Making no sense.
All
You're
right.
just sitting here looking goofy.
You
talk about everybody else, bro, but you the most goofy. Do you know that?
Do you feel better?
No, I'm just chilling for real. I'm about to roll this blunt up. I'm just chilling for real.
This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about.
Yo,
No. What's going on is you are insecure about where you are in life versus me.
How am I? What are you talking about, bro? You just be moving the goalposts. You are very in your vagina, bro. You are extremely in your vagina, my dog.
Yeah. See, this is this is an example. You heard what you just said. Now I'm going to ask you again. What do you think the impression people have about you is?
Okay,
do you think you come across as a man that respects? Do you come across as a man that respects women? And I have to mute you now because I need to make sure I ask the question without getting interrupted. It's those misogynist comments. It's those misogynist remarks that you've been saying, and the way that you just say it so freely. I know what it's like really when we ain't on TikTok, right? And I can pick up on these clues because, again, I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. All right. So while you're sitting over there and you're just getting caught up in, all of the
Everything I said
listen,
has
listen,
been directed
listen,
to-
listen. You're over there getting caught up and mesmerized about my aura, right? I get it. I'm an overwhelming presence to deal with, but that's just the type of personality that I got. So
Yo, you
while
full
you're,
of shit, bro.
yeah. But listen, and so while I got you kind of caught up, you're revealing who you truly are to us, sir, and it's embarrassing.
Bro, you keep
It's
muting me.
embarrassing because
Stop
you can't
muting me.
listen.
Stop muting me and let me explain.
Oh, well, wait a second. Now listen, there's an order in terms of who's in control and who's not, bro. Now, I'm gonna have to explain to you why I'm the one with the power and why you're not the one with the power. Do you want me to explain how this works, or do we have an understanding?
Can I talk?
Do we have an understanding about who's in control up here? Because it ain't you.
Bro, you on TikTok.
I get it. He doesn't understand.
Nobody.
Yeah, I get it. You don't.
You on TikTok.
So
Extremely.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So now we got it. He's triggered.
Goof.
Yeah. He's triggered. He triggered. Right. Ladies and gentlemen. This is a MAGA demon right here, and I got him up here, and I want you all to look at him because this is indicative of Trump supporters. They get up here and they worship their daddy Donald J. Trump, and they end up embarrassing themselves. Ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, this previous guest is possessed with the MAGA demon, and he's a prime candidate for hell. So guess what I'm going to do, brother? You can go down there and continue to yell at yourself and tell yourself you are the best thing since sliced bread. But nobody believes you. And that's why you at home all alone. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, let's throw this previous guest into the lake of fire. All right. Let's warm it up. Yep. Get it ready. All right. Yeah. Now, you're a racist. You're not handsome. That's darn sure. So that must mean you're on the other side. And you don't know anything. You're a misogynist too. You want to get up here and defend a racist on TikTok while you're twisting up? He's twisting up. He said he's rolling up something. Well, we gonna roll you up and throw you into the lake of fire. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving Lifestyle what he deserves, a huge round of boos and shade.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Yeah, he knows. Now I hope you blast off whatever you're doing, all right? But you don't know anything. All right? So again, that's another example, ladies and gentlemen. He's triggered. Yeah. Bring me up, Zeus. Bring me up. Just so he could get cooked. Do we all listen? Do you all really want 4 more years of folks acting like these last guests that have been up here? Do you really want 4 more years of that? I gotta ask. All of this, because we're helping them understand that their leader, look at that, look at all those nose. All of this because it's been brought up, it's been reported that Donald Trump has been praising the mustache man. All of this coming out, all this anger, all this rage, like I said, they don't care about policy. They don't care about the economy. They care about their daddy. That's it. They want to let him back in the White House. So guess what they can do? Get some of that PPP money. So they can go around and proudly be racist. That's what this is about. They don't care about our men and women in uniform. Yeah, they're Stockholm syndromes. Yeah, and they're disrespectful. These are some misogynists. I've never seen grown men just so confident and comfortable being disrespectful towards women. I've never seen this in my life. I never thought they would be openly doing it too. But guess what? The Trump supporters believe this is what America needs more of. Yeah, the FBI is looking at people who got those PPP loans. Yeah, and this is why, especially the people of color, the black ones, this is why they're triggered. Please don't let the FBI catch up to me. I was doing so good. Yeah, right. All right. Let me do something. Let me go ahead and bring up my sister, Miss Morningstar. Miss Morningstar, come on up here. Is there something you would like to get off your chest?
Ooh, Zeus. I'ma tell you, brother, these coons out here, they are lost. They are so lost.
You think so? That brother,
I know so.
that previous brother that was up here, he feels like he's been he's the best thing cooking out here.
For him to get up here and try to defend someone who openly said they were racist and was being openly racist on this platform, and then you try to make an excuse and say he served this country, he held a pew pew for you.
No,
You
he
got
didn't.
Stockholm syndrome, bruh.
Dang, like that?
Yeah, that's the bottom line, sir. You are a sympathizer to your captors. That's what you are. You're sympathizing to your captors. And you want to make excuses for why you are where you are in life. And that's why you're not voting for Miss Harris, because you can't see yourself moving anywhere up. You want to stay stuck in that same hole that you're digging for yourself. And you want to put everybody who you love right there with you because you're scared. You're really scared. You're scared to advance. You're scared to be better than what you are.
Really?
You're afraid. Yeah. That's what's wrong with him. He's afraid. He's a little boy.
But he thinks he's a man.
Nah, men don't act that way. Men stand up. Men follow the assignment. Men know the assignment. Men lead.
Thank you.
I don't want nobody like that leading me. Are you crazy? He gonna lead you right into the pits of hell where he just was turned, just where you sent him, right into
That
the fiery
part.
flames. You
That
sent him
part.
right into the fiery flames.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm talking about. So we are like at 13 days until victory, okay?
Right.
13 days until victory. We are not entertaining you wannabe has-beens.
Tell him. Do you think? Can we give that previous guest a little bit of feedback? In terms of your impression of him, does he sound like he was a respectful person in terms of how his respect towards women? Did he come across?
No, he doesn't have respect for women. He has zero respect for women.
That's my.
I mean, that's obvious. That's very obvious.
That's what I wanted him to understand.
I mean, you were telling him, right, Zeus? He was threatened by you, of course. He was threatened by you. That happens. We see it all the time when they come up here and they try to challenge who you are. And I mean, you're just speaking facts. You're giving them an opportunity to get out the cult. You're giving them an opportunity to repent. You're giving them an opportunity to learn. And, they don't want to learn. They don't want to listen. They don't want to take those advances. They want to continue to follow this demon cult.
Yep.
And they are just going to get exactly what they deserve come November 5th. We're going to get what we deserve, which is a wonderful president.
Let's go.
Who's going to advance us and move us forward and not hold us back.
Amen.
And we're going to be stuck, like I said, in that same little hole that they're digging right now. And nothing they can do about it is going to change unless they change.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm with you, sis. I'm excited.
Me too. And we're going to keep pressing the issue with these folks because we're not letting up this election. We're going to play it hard until the clock stops. All right. And they know they're losing. They know they're losing. That's why they're up here crashing out like this. All right.
Yes. This is the crash out, Zeus. This is what we expect. We expect this, and it's gonna get worse. Like you said, them gold shoes gonna be pointing up north real soon with the Kool-Aid cups in their hand. They gonna have little teacups in their hand, and they'll sip it. They'll sip on that Kool-Aid. And they'll just point it up north, and that's it. That's right.
That's right. And we go and again, if that's what they want, we got a lot of it to give them. All right.
We got to give it, Zeus. But I just want to encourage you, keep it going.
All right.
I cast my vote a couple days ago for Miss Harris. I'm proud to say.
Me too. Real men vote for Kamala.
Real men vote for Kamala. Kamala is change. Kamala is great. And we are looking forward to her and her services for the next, I say, 8 years.
Let's go. Let's go. All
right, Zeus. Have a good day.
All right.
All right. Listening in the comments.
All right. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give it up to the beautiful.
Thanks for the gifts, guys.
Show some love. Give Miss Morningstar a huge round of applause. No lies detected. Yeah, we're not going back.
Not at all.
Nope. All right, put a 1 in the chat, ladies and gentlemen, if you are a deranged Trump supporter and you wanna come up here and defend your daddy for some strange reason. You are all obsessed with this. A woman telling a man how to be a man. Get mad. All right, hold on, Josh. I can't even bring you up, Josh. Send me a guest request. I can tap into that. All right, we can tap into that. Put a 1 in the chat if you are a Trump supporter and you want to come up here and defend your daddy. All right. I mean, it's not that hard to do. It's not that hard to do. It's quiet as it is, quiet as it is kept. I'm just convinced there's something wrong upstairs. It's something wrong upstairs with a lot of you Trump supporters. And we got the cure. All right. I got the cure. All right. Dolphin, good morning. All right, who do we got next, ladies and gentlemen? All right, somebody said Zeus is scared. Why do you think I'm scared? I'm not scared. Oh, who is this? Who is this? Who is this? All right. Who do we have next? Where are the Trump supporters at? Baby oil isn't the only cure. Well, Zach, are you using a lot of baby oil, Zach? What is that about? LBCJ. All right, come on up here. Nikki. I'm a reasonable host. I mean, people will say Zeus is probably one of the nicest hosts to talk to. But when you get up here and you just start letting that MAGA demon do a number on you, I got to hit the brakes. All right? I got to hit the brakes on you Trump supporters because you're running into a brick wall and you're going to need somebody like me to stop you from doing something very dangerous. All right. Put a 1 in the chat if you are a Trump supporter out there. All right. Put a 1 in the chat if you are a Trump. Somebody said bring Sean back. Sean is somewhere in the lake of fire. Put a 1 in the chat. Yeah. Berto. Let's go. Berto, truth seeking patriot. Come on up here. We don't got all morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is a simple exercise. I sent truth-seeking patriot, more like lie-seeking traitor. That's what you should change your name to. Lie-seeking traitor. Oh my gosh. We're going to make the Democrat, what do you say? We're going to make the Democrat do better for blacks one way or another. Okay, whatever that is. All right. I guess, yeah. I guess these Trump supporters, they know that Zeus. Oh, Carol, you told me to zip it. Caro, come on up here, Caro. Come on up here. I guess they've learned something from Zeus today. All right. I guess they've learned something. Let's see. Who do we have here? Who is this? LR Cool J. Greetings. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning, and thank you for having me up.
You're welcome.
I have already voted in Georgia.
Okay, you don't sound like a Trump supporter. You're not.
Of course not. I have common sense. Unfortunately, I live in the famous town or county that Oprah talked about back in the day in Georgia.
Yeah.
And I have to tell you, my sister.
Creative Inc. Thank you. Your sister is a Trump supporter?
Oh yes, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm biracial. She's not. But
wow.
Anyway, we argue every day about this, and I tell her you have been brainwashed.
Agreed.
The reason we were arguing today, just tell you a funny story. I said your boy's coming to town. Let's go to the rally. Let's go. Put your red hat on. Let's go, girl. She was laughing. I don't have a hat. I said I'll buy you one. I'll buy you a red hat and I'm going to write Blagger on it. And we're going to stand by the news cameras so they can see you because they're going to be attracted to you like flies on poop.
Right.
She doesn't want, I think I'm going to convince her to go. But it's interesting. When we have discussions, I present facts. Like she said, people are leaving NATO. I'm like, no one's left NATO and people are trying to join NATO.
Wow.
She Googles it. She finds that I'm right. Then she listens to Candace Owens. And
oh, Lord.
I told her I'm on the opinion of Dave Chappelle about Candace Owens, and I'll leave it at that. Enough said.
Thank you.
And then she went on to say, she kept calling Kamala the B word.
Your own sister is she a Christian?
No.
Okay, so she's just completely compromised, totally compromised. There's nothing
Absolutely.
inside of her that's actually helping her to bounce off all of that negative energy. This is sad.
No.
This is sad, but this is indicative of what Trump supporters are, though.
And I'm gonna tell you, I said to her, I said, Trump is a racist, plain and simple.
Bingo. He is. He is. And you know what? I'm glad that you're doing that. Seriously.
But I told her, and no offense, I'd rather vote for the B than the racist.
Hey, let's go. And that's spot on. Now listen, Cool J, I gotta move it on, all right? But listen, as always, it's a pleasure to check in, all right? And you're more than welcome to come on back, all right?
I just wanted to.
What happened? What happened?
My son keeps calling me.
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah. Okay.
But I was going to say, you talk about the mustache man.
Yeah.
People need to look up Crystal Knot. That is exact.
I think there is a bit of
Sorry, my son keeps calling me. But the mustache man did something called Crystal Knot. Everybody can read for themselves of what it was. It is essentially the purge.
Got it.
Just look it up. He's going by the mustache man's playbook. Take
I
a look
agree.
and read it.
I agree.
And that's
all
all
right.
I came up to say. But y'all might see me on the news with a blagger.
All right. Well, if you do, go ahead and send it our way. All right, ladies and gentlemen. LR Cool J. You're welcome. Let's give her a round of applause. No lies detected. All righty then. All right. So as you can see, we have Americans all over the country, ladies and gentlemen, willing to support and endorse Vice President Kamala Harris. Thank you, Ange, for the guitar. Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you are a Trump supporter. You want to come up here and defend your orange daddy, all right? And there's really only two things I want to talk about. I want to talk about his remarks and his praise towards the mustache man. And I want to talk about why he's disrespecting our men and women in uniform, especially those of Mexican descent. Please. Glenn, what are you saying? Line doesn't change things, Glenn. Come on up here, Glenn. The mods have picked you. They've selected you, Glenn. Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter. All right. You want to come up here and defend your orange daddy. All right. Let's see. Nikki, I invited you already, and I think that you didn't accept my guest request. All right. Oh, Nikki, good morning.
Can you hear me?
I can. You're a Trump supporter, ma'am? Are you there? Are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, something went out. Your mic went out. You said you are a Trump supporter?
I am a Trump supporter.
Oh my God, what part of the country are you in?
Well, I'm from New York, but right now I'm in South Carolina.
All right.
Because my husband was military and Joe Sergeant Duty brought us here.
All right, shout out to South Carolina. Did you vote for Trump in 2016?
I didn't.
Who'd you vote for?
I voted I didn't vote.
Okay.
I stood by Hillary for a minute and then I didn't like her vibe.
Okay.
So I said I'm staying out of this one.
Vibes. All right. And then in 2020, what happened?
In 2020, I did vote for him. So in 2020, I realized that, I love the way the economy was going. And to be honest with you, I cannot stand Joe Biden because I followed him just for a bit. And the thing that made me most mad about him was the fact that when he did it was 1991. What bill was that? 71. What bill was that? When he said
crime bill.
The crime bill.
Yeah.
So, he said a lot of things to me that was straight racist. We're talking racism, and I don't race bait necessarily. I want what's best for the country. I want my family to thrive. Okay. So I don't, it's not really about race, but he was just so racist. He didn't want his children growing up in what did he call it? Did he call it a color jungle or whatever the hell he said? The crime bill when he called black men predators beyond the pale.
Are you there?
If I cut out, it's because a phone call came in.
Okay, so can I ask you a couple of questions?
You can.
Okay, so in 1973, the United States Department of Justice under Nixon administration out of all administrations, sued the Trump Management Corporation for violating the Fair Housing Act. Federal officials found evidence that Trump had refused to rent to black tenants and lied to black applicants about whether apartments were available, among other accusations. What do you think about that?
I haven't read that report. I'm actually in real estate, so I do know that there is a lot of, staring and prejudice and all kinds of issues.
Is that acceptable though, if it's true?
Of course not. Of course not.
All right, what about this? In 1989, a controversial case that has been characterized as a modern day lynching. 4 black teenagers and 1 Latino teenager were accused of a... What do you think about that? The Central Park 5.
Oh, the Central Park 5 thing pissed me off. It pissed me off. But I want to speak to something before you go on reading articles.
There's a couple more examples because this is in 1991.
You asked me to come up here, but you're not allowing me to speak. I thought you were more fair than that.
Well, I'm just trying to make sure that if we're going to call out racism, you're comfortable calling it out all across the board.
1 second. I said why I couldn't stand Joe.
Right.
Joe's not running. So
then why are we even talking about Joe?
Okay, that's the point. You asked me what I did for the 2020.
Yeah.
I said I did not vote for Joe because I couldn't stand him.
But I had to also help you understand if you use racism, we got a lot of evidence that Trump is racist.
Didn't I say I don't base it on race? Wait a minute.
But you brought up the 94 crime bill.
Okay.
And you said in the racial jungles. Remember, you brought this up, Nikki.
Here I am asking you to allow me to speak. Let's be adults instead of cutting me off and running through articles.
But can you admit that I'm right? Can you admit that I'm right, Nick? Because I think I
admit, like I said, I admit that you're reading articles. Some of them I have not read, but I thought we were up here asking me why I'm supporting Trump. Isn't that the question?
We are, but I remember, and I have a pretty good memory, right? You mentioned something about President Biden, 94 crime bill, and the racial jungles, and that was to you an issue. And it's tied to race. And it's tied to race. So a thinking person, listen, Nikki, a thinking person would say, okay, Nikki has a problem with racism.
No, because I preceded that by saying it's not so much I have an issue with the race baiting thing, but that one pissed me off. So allow me to speak, because what I thought we would do is have a real conversation instead of, manipulatively saying what you want to say. You asked me to come up here to ask why I'm supporting Trump, right? Not do I think that the articles vote he's a racist, but why I'm supporting him. Are we right?
All right. I don't understand. Okay. Well, since you said I'm being a gentleman, you might have gotten me right there. Let's go.
Thank you. So anyway, the reason I'm supporting him this time is because we came from a place of, a prosperous country. We weren't in a lot of wars. There wasn't the border issue. There wasn't, the gas has gone insane. You're on TikTok. I don't know what TikTokers make, and I don't know what your true profession is. What do you make a year?
Well, is it time for me to
No,
speak?
allow me.
Is it time for Zeus to talk, or are you done?
Not yet, sir.
Oh, okay.
Let's do the conversation where it's one and then the other.
Well, listen, you're asking private information, and
well, you don't have to answer.
Yeah, because people, I know you might want to go on a date with Zeus, but listen, you gotta warm up.
Zeus is cute, but Nikki's married. That's not the point. The point is,
so those are questions that you would only really get if you were really in a situation with Zeus. So I just want to make sure we push back on a couple of things. Right now, you were here during the pandemic, right?
I was, yes.
Was that a good time for you or not?
Well, strangely enough, for me, yes, because I'm in real estate. But it was a horrible time for everybody. My dad died. It was horrible.
And who was the president?
Trump was the president, on his way either in or out.
He was on his way out. So you can't really go around saying, the economy was better when people were losing their lives, businesses were being shut down, unemployment was through the roof.
let's not
right?
talk about the last 6 months of his presidency. I'm
Oh,
talking about the
I
3.5
hate it.
years.
I hate it. I hate it when they do
I
that.
don't like it when people don't allow me to speak. We're both adults. Allow me to say my points.
But why do you all discount it's like you're in a relationship and they go, well, how was the
Who you all?
relationship? And you go, how was the relationship? And you go, oh, it was all good until the last month of the relationship. I mean, it's like, that was the part of the relationship, right?
Okay, but no, that doesn't make sense because the only reason the country went into a crash was because of a pandemic. So in normal situations like the first 3.5 years, the economy was doing great. The first year of the first year of Biden's administration, it was also a pandemic. And the country was also thrown inside of shit. But the point is,
why we keep it clean? But please continue. Come on.
oh, I apologize. Yeah, so we can't really blame. I'm not going to blame the pandemic. I'm talking pre-pandemic.
So whatever happened under Joe Biden that was tied to the pandemic, there's no reason to bring it up as an issue then, correct?
That is correct.
So you can't complain about inflation, right? You can't complain about the border.
Wait, no, I can because I'm in the I'm in real estate and some financial industry.
No, but that's tied to the pandemic. Remember?
No, that portion is not tied to the pandemic.
Oh,
that portion is tied to giving away trillions of dollars to all kinds of means when it should have come to the country. It should have come to our country. I love everybody. My family are immigrants. And by the way, they came here legally. My uncle came here illegally and he was sent back.
What do you mean he came here illegally? How does that work? What did he do?
No, he came here, didn't get his papers.
How did he get here?
By airplane. I don't know.
Did he come through the border?
No.
Oh,
I'm not speaking about this time frame. My point was that
So he got in illegally, but he didn't come through the border. That's an interesting thing. Interesting.
Okay.
That's kind of peculiar to me because they seem to be making it look like all of the illegal entries are coming from the southern border. So
I
your
wasn't
uncle must.
speaking for this time frame.
Okay,
I was not speaking for this time frame.
Can I ask an honest question? Do you think that the first few years of Trump's administration, in terms of the economy, you got to give President Obama any credit?
Well, I think that Obama did decent for the economy. But
Yes.
So I think that Trump.
So we can't really look at Donald Trump's first few years in office, right? Because that's Obama's.
No, it's not because.
How many years would you give Obama?
What are you talking about? He had his 8.
No. So Trump took over in January, right, of 2017, correct?
Mm-hmm.
The economy he took over, he inherited it from Obama.
Well, actually, he enhanced it too. That's the reality.
Okay, what part of it was Obama's in his administration? Because he only had 4 years. How many of those years do you give Obama credit? And then at what year did Trump enhance it, as you said?
So I answer that by saying he carried on what Obama established and he enhanced it a little bit.
What year?
We are talking about.
What year did he enhance it in your world?
So as soon as he came in, he started making provisions that I appreciated. There was, lowering some taxes. There were bigger tax
cut
there were bigger benefits when you filed your taxes, right? There were more write-offs. There were some jobs created that I loved the most because I remember Obama saying that we cannot have certain industry or oil here, but he opened up oil and certain industries and enhanced the country.
So
he tariffed China, give me a second. He tariffed China so that we would keep more money and keep more business in-house on our ground. So and it's so funny because I'm trying to get to the Kamala part. So I don't
I just want to, you know what I was asking you, right? Because if you give Obama credit for the first couple of years, which is what most economists do, they say he inherited a great economy, sort of like he inherited the money from his dad, right? But then, he did implement things like, the Tax Cut and Jobs Act, right? So he did do those things, right? But it took a few years for it actually for us to have the impact of it. From what I understand, he brought up the national debt to like $8 trillion, right?
No,
So with that, I also think, well, maybe the first couple of years of Biden's administration, he was inheriting an economy that really belonged to Donald Trump. So it's kind of one of those
situations. Wait a minute. Okay, Zeus.
You get what I just did. You get what I just.
I heard you. Now
Yeah.
let me speak on it. No, that is not what I'm saying. He didn't inherit. While he inherited a good economy, he made it a bit better.
So Biden. Wait a second.
And while Joe inherited a bad economy due to a pandemic, he made it extremely worse, where he did not have to make it extremely worse. Trillions of dollars to other countries and efforts that had nothing to do with us, and we started starving. The inflation was created. It was created on purpose. And, I get that. That's done sometimes. But the way he did it, it almost folded us. But let's go off of Joe and Obama for a second, because they're gone.
Can I at least say this about that? What you're suggesting by us helping out our allies is somehow causing a lot of the issues here. You're wrong.
Okay, so
I just wanted to point that out because that's two
different
different sources of funding, right?
Allies. 1 second.
Right. And for instance,
not
if you're
wrong. So I you know what?
Auntie Nat, thank you. So Nikki, you came to the right show because there's people here who are listening to you and they want to help you understand. I'm a big advocate of facts over feelings. I'm a big advocate of it.
It feels like you're getting in your feelings. I can't even speak my points without interruption.
Because they're all lies.
Okay, so if I'm speaking my points and you think they're lies,
I know they're lies.
All right, so let's say you know they're lies.
Yes.
You think it's okay to cut me off and stop my points because you feel like they're lies? Is that a conversation?
Let me ask the audience. How about that?
No,
it's
let's
fair.
not, because
Let's ask the audience.
Listen,
Let's ask the audience because people look at that.
No,
look at all the yeses.
All
Nikki.
I see is a bunch of angry and nasty ass people. It's part of why I am no longer supporting Democrats.
Please don't. Please be nicer to my. Please be nicer to my friends.
I didn't run around bashing Republicans. That's their choice. But I see my black people sitting there acting like they're kook balls on a plantation. That's saying, yeah, lynch him. That's nonsense. I'm not interested in the comments because I'm trying to have a conversation. If they want to bash me because I don't vote Democrat, I'm not interested in their opinion.
No, Nikki, can I give you some information, perhaps? The reason that, and I don't want to, and you can see, I'm a Democrat, right? Thank you, Bounce. And I have probably been one of the nicest Democrats you've spoken to on TikTok. Let's be honest.
That is true, but why is that? Why is Democrats so nasty?
No, wait a second, Nikki. You just admitted I'm probably nicer than a lot of Republicans. Think about that. So it's really not just what party you're on. It's about the person. Well, I'm also listen, Nikki. Before all of that, I'm an American, right? So I approach it from that angle. What I'm understanding from you is you seem to have a biased opinion about a lot of facts, and it's not correct for you to continue to go out here and repeat these lies. For instance, Donald Trump mismanaged the pandemic, and that's why it's a big issue. It's not just because it's Donald Trump and we don't like him, but we got actual actions he took that made life worse for us here in the United States of America. In 2018, you know what he did? He disbanded the pandemic response playbook. The team that put that together, he disbanded it. And this is a playbook Barack Obama put into place while he was in office because he had to deal with things like SARS and Ebola. And he says there's going to be a situation in the future, perhaps, and we need to have the federal government needs to have an appropriate response to this. He puts the playbook together. Donald Trump gets into office, and you know what Donald Trump's game is? I'm going to undo everything Obama did because he hates Obama.
Okay, we're talking
So
about
but
lies.
Nikki,
We're talking about lies. Donald Trump followed the advice of Fauci.
Nikki.
We're talking about lies. That's not true.
Can I follow?
That's not true. He followed all the advice of Fauci.
Nikki, you know what else he did? He then there was a Center for Disease Control epidemiologist embedded in China, and they left their post. His administration turned around and eliminated the role. So I don't know about you, Nikki, but in business, if you want to use that, and I think you're in business, if you fail to plan, right?
Your plans are failure. Okay.
Right. Oh, so. Right. You can understand now why some of us. Wait. I didn't ask you to. I didn't ask you to agree with me. I didn't ask you to agree with me. I'm just trying to help you understand what the position that I'm in, at least. How could you have somebody there that made such a terrible decision that ended up costing Americans their lives, their fortunes in some instances, and continued throughout the entire time to promote misinformation in an effort to just try to reassure he gets reelected? That's it. So that's what you're going up against.
No. So now you didn't ask me why I wanted him reelected. You're telling me why I wanted him reelected. I'm trying to tell you, but this is the thing that I'm speaking about. And I want to come in here and speak intelligently, right? But it's just like, I'm going to tell her what she's thinking. You have a lot of nasty ass people in the chat. They're saying they're dumb, niggling nonsense. And this is why I left the Democrats. You know what? To be honest with you, I feel like my people need to step it up in character and intelligence. And if they're going to have an argument, when I say argument, a disagreement, do it with class. This nonsense where, like I said, when I was a Democrat, allow me to finish. When I was a Democrat, I didn't go bashing Republicans. I think it's ridiculous. I think it's disgusting. And the point is, I don't care their points. I know that Joe was a horrible president. I feel like Kamala is an extension. I kept listening to what she's going to do for the country. All I keep hearing is kind of...
But Nikki, it's a two-way street. It's a two-way street. Now, you just can't come up into the kingdom like that and disrespect all of these lovely people and think that they're not going to... And think that...
They're lovely people. They're assholes.
Oh!
I'm not even speaking to them.
Wow.
They're sitting here disrespecting the hell out of me, and you're saying come up in the kingdom and disrespect these good people? It's ridiculous, Zeus.
Do you understand that you're the one that really need... You know what I do on this broadcast? Maybe you don't know.
I don't. I ran into you.
Okay, I help people like you try to get out of this cult. These people in here, it's coming from a place of love. They just can't believe that you would get on
Look
TikTok.
Look at yourself. MAGA go away. Girl, bye. What are they teaching me? They're teaching me how to be ignorant. They're teaching me how to be nasty. Why would I learn that lesson? I learned to not be that in school.
All right, maybe I can bring up somebody that I think could help you, because I always give people the benefit of the doubt, and I say, you know what? Maybe this will help. All right, so I'm going to bring up my good friend Takesha. And Takesha, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Zeus. How are you?
I'm sorry to bring you up here under these circumstances, but I have somebody here that I'm hoping my words clearly aren't really working. Maybe you can help understand what's going on here.
Zeus, I'm just as confused as a man with two households trying to figure out which one to spend the night at. I'm very confused at everything that this young lady has said. Number one, let me make this perfectly clear. You're not our people, so please stop saying that.
I'm done. I'm not listening to that stupidness because I don't vote black. Come on. And this is what I'm talking about. That style of ignorance is what I'm not interested in. I don't have to be your people.
You have insulted
I don't have to be your people.
You have insulted
You know what? I'm sorry. Black people are very disappointing. It's always about color. It's always about disrespect. It's always about yelling. It's always about ignorance.
Wait. Now, Nikki.
To say why I'm voting.
Why are you insulting us? That's why I said
because I don't know if you did, but many are insulting me. That's my point.
Okay. Ignore the comments. Let me say that.
Thank you.
When you're in the box talking to Zeus, Do not
Okay,
read
no.
the comments.
So, Takesha, I was ignoring the comments until he said, let's ask the people. And I said, I don't want to know about the people. They're disrespectful. They're nasty. I'm not interested in their opinion. I ignored everyone before that.
Ma'am, all you had to say was, Zeus, I'm not going to even look at the comments because I'm talking to you. You didn't have to go any further than that.
All right. Well, I'm reading a lot of nasty stuff about me, Takesha, but I
see,
hear
that's
you.
my point. I
hear
just said ignore the comments. Now let me and you have a conversation. And can I talk to you without you interrupting me?
You sure can.
Okay, I'm gonna give you the same respect that I'm gonna expect from you.
Thank you.
The only reason that Zeus read about what Trump did that was discriminating against African Americans is because you brought up Biden and the crime bill, which he did not write, which the NAACP supported, and both members of Congress signed off on. The only part Biden had in it was the Rights for Women's Act. That's number one. When you bring up the video that was chopped up that you saw where he was talking about a jungle, it was way more than that. He was repeating what someone else said. The problem is y'all get these chopped up videos, y'all get these half statements, and now y'all want to make this man the worst man ever in the world. The way you lay it off is you lay it off to make us believe that you could not bring yourself to vote for Joe Biden because he's a racist. So Zeus came back with the racist stuff that Trump did and wants to know if you couldn't vote for Biden because you were so angry at the racist things he said, how can you then support a man who also did racist things? That's all he was saying. But my thing is this, y'all can see all the bad in other people, but when it comes to Donald Trump, then it's, well, we ain't talking about that. You want to move on. You want to go the other direction because it's against Trump. Y'all got to stop doing that. It's okay to say he wrong. It's okay to say he spoke wrong. But y'all won't do that. That's why they said you all are in a cult. Now, let me explain how the government goes to you because I saw that you were confused on that as well. The first 2 years that Donald Trump was in office, that was all Barack Obama. If you go look at the charts, you can see that. But y'all ain't gonna go look at the charts. Trump started losing jobs before COVID. The fact that he mismanaged COVID made it worse. He did not implement a tax plan when he got in. He did that right before COVID. So that didn't help you with what you talking about your taxes. OPEC controls gas prices, okay? The corporations set their grocery prices, okay? Inflation was caused by COVID, but it's at 2.5% now, where it's supposed to be. So Biden inherited all of what was the effects of Trump's presidency. He worked on it, and he made it better. Y'all not gonna know how good the economy is because y'all won't go look at it. Y'all don't know that inflation is 2.5% because you're not gonna go look it up. All y'all gonna do is keep repeating what somebody tell you that sounds good against the person you don't like. And the whole time you're reading the people in the comments are throwing out these comments and stuff, is because we not gonna keep letting y'all lie when y'all don't know what you're talking about. Trump did nothing for you, and he did nothing for me. And if he gets back in, he's still not gonna do anything for you or me. You attribute yourself to our community, and he's talking about giving police federal immunity. Who do you think they're gonna target? Us. So that's why we confused at you.
Okay, my turn?
Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, you started with saying the racism part. Now, like I said, I did not vote for Trump when he won the first time. However, when Joe was running, I did not like him based on his racist statements. And I will correct you, Takesha. I did not look at a clip. I looked at the entire meeting. Okay, so I don't do clips. I don't like that you are assuming that I just take little clips and take the context. Not true. In regards to the economy, I also did my research, and I don't get it from CNN. I go straight to the source. I go straight to the feed. Now, if you remember, when Trump was president, he had all the bills on the site. You could see who was trying to sue who, what bills he wrote or supported, and it's gone now. So you're saying doing the research, you can't even see it anymore. It's not accessible on the whitehouse.gov anymore. Joe pulled it down immediately as he got into office. So that is not true. And the economy, like you said, Joe inherited a really screwed up economy due to a pandemic. However, your statement about OPEC sets the prices, at the end of the day, the Federal Reserve sets all prices based on what they're doing with the money, how they do taxes, and how much debt we're in. But however, when I came here, when I started to talk to Zeus, I started to preamble why I am voting for Trump and not Kamala. I didn't vote for Joe because I saw him to be a racist. I didn't vote for Trump because I simply did not like him. What I looked into, the media stuff, the sharp things he was saying about women, he did not attract me with his personality. Didn't really know his policy. I don't feel like they were even talking about his policy, but he did not attract me because he was bashing women, saying nasty things. The personality was ugly. However, when he got here, he did a great job. His bills were great. You can't even read what the hell Joe was doing anymore because they pulled it down. A lot of people don't even realize one of the first things he did was give extra opportunities to Black people in regards to school and business and finances. The taxes got cut. He did good. He did good. And the reason I would vote for him again is based on that. Not being a sister that doesn't belong to the community because I don't vote Black. It is because he did good. In regards to Kamala didn't even get nominated. She didn't even get nominated. And if she was going to try to get nominated, she would have failed like she failed the first time. My thing is the country. I live here. My children live here. I want a thriving country. And I'm going to say this because I heard somebody say it earlier. This push to where, as an example, in California, some of her stomping ground, this push to where somebody could tell me I can't tell my child, you're too young to be thinking about sex, much less cut off your penis. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. You are going to be a child. You are going to wait until you're older. You are going to decide for yourself. So bills like, it's so funny because gender confusion used to be considered a mental disease. Okay, so let's say it's not as a child. Well, no, I think it was anywhere. But let's say it's not a mental disease. It's simply a decision. You're telling me that my child can't drink until they're old enough to decide, and I agree with that. They can't drive until they're old enough to decide, and I definitely agree with that. They can't even work until a certain age. But in a young state, they can say, I want to be a boy when I was born a girl, and I could be a girl when I was born a boy. Now,
Nikki,
let's talk about Black pandering. Stop.
Nikki.
See, now, Takesha spoke. Here's the disrespect. I was told that I would be able to speak as well.
How much more time is all I was asking?
I mean, really, Nikki, you going a long time.
Takesha, I didn't go as long as you went. And
I didn't interrupt you.
Patiently.
The host interrupted you.
How unfair is that? See,
I'll take the blame, Nikki. I'll take the blame. Takesha didn't. I did, and I just interjected because I run this show till around 8:30 my time or so, but I might go a little longer because I need to just.
I got to come back, Zeus. I got to come back.
I know.
I didn't finish, but you're coming back, huh?
I got to come back.
Let's go one more minute, Nikki, please. Can you just come on, please? A little more time because I'm just going to say this. I'm totally lost.
With my one more minute, I want to get to the point that I came on the show because
okay.
both of our time.
Go ahead, finish it up, please.
The point is, why is she voting for Trump? Real simple. This is not, some Trump cult nonsense. I appreciated, plain and simple, how he ran the economy. I am literally afraid for Kamala to be president. We're already on the brink of World War III. China said that they are vamping up for a world war. We have Ukraine, we have Russia, we have the Middle East, we have Iran, we have Israel. Now China wants to get in it. North Korea is chattering. And I know that as weak and as inept as Kamala keeps presenting herself, our country is going to be in smoke. It's that simple.
All right.
That's why I'm voting for
Trump. Okay, got it. Now I'm going to
come back on
we're gonna let Takesha respond real
come
quick.
back on a couple
Try to do it in a minute, Takesha, all right? And then
I think that any woman that looks at another woman as weak is not a real woman. And let me say this: the fact that you don't know that OPEC controls gas prices based off supply and demand, that further lets me know you don't know what you're talking about. And if you listen,
you don't know what you're talking about.
ma'am, listen, if you had looked at that entire video like you said you did, then you would know that Biden was quoting.
Zeus, I'll send it to
What
you. Is
someone
there a
else
way I can
said.
send you the
Ma'am,
whole video?
hold on.
Ma'am,
Let her finish. Let her finish.
Ma'am, I've let you set up here. I've let you continue to funnel your lies, continue to let us know you don't know how the government works, continue to let you give Donald Trump credit for what Donald Trump did not do, because Donald Trump didn't do those things that you said he did for the black people. And I'm black, and I would know what he did for me. He's done nothing. And I'm tired of y'all giving this man credit and keep talking about what he did for the black community. Stop using the black community as an anchor to make him look good.
So I
We
spoke
are tired
all
of being
facts,
used.
and I will send it to you, Zeus.
We
because I don't do all the
tired
arguing and all the
of
niggling
being
and all this nonsense. But that
as
video,
Trump,
that so-called
we
Trump,
are not about to
can I
go
send it to you?
into
And you play
we
it?
are not about to go into World War III. We
Oh
are
my
not
God,
in
we're
a
already
war
there.
with
They're
anybody.
just not calling
We've
it World War
always
III.
given money.
Oh, Lord.
We've always given money to our allies. We are never gonna stop doing that. We've always had a
What are you
border
talking
crisis.
about? My husband's
Listen,
colleagues were
Nikki?
left. They
we
were
have
left in
always
Afghanistan.
given
You don't know what you're talking
money
about. My
Nikki.
husband's
to
colleagues were left to die
our
in Afghanistan.
allies.
Hold on.
Oh my God.
Hold
Oh
on.
my God. You know what?
So Nikki,
Zeus,
Nikki, yes,
this
Takesha.
is a lost cause.
So Zeus, I will send you the video. I'm seeing that it's running up for me on the time anyway. I see. Okay, I just see.
Yeah,
Zeus.
send me the video. But here's the thing, Nikki. When you bring up the conflict going on, who told Putin to put those troops on the eastern border of Ukraine? Who told him to do that?
Okay, wait a minute. You have to remember something because this is the out of context that Takesha was talking about. The point is, for all things said, Trump avoided wars. We're in a World War III and nobody's saying it. But
When you
I have
bend
to
it
go.
over,
I have to go, but I am going to.
Ladies and gentlemen,
when you're
Nikki.
bending over,
I'm
get
going
it.
to send you the
bending over
video,
for the
and I would
enemy.
super appreciate if you tell me when you're going to play it so I could tune back in.
Nikki,
when
let
you
me.
bending over for the enemy with Vaseline in your hand.
See
Now,
that
you ain't gonna
nonsense,
start no
that
war.
nigger shit.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, that right there. Wow.
That Zeus, that's what I wanted her to do. I knew it was in her. I knew it was it. That's why I kept saying she is not one of us.
Wow.
I'm not crazy. I know him when I hear him.
Wow.
I saw racism with her first words, Zeus. Believe me, I know him when I see him and hear him. That's why I kept saying you're not us. I'm black. I knew it was gonna come out. That's how you bait them and get it out of them.
Good job, Takesha. Exposed another MAGA demon.
You gotta keep talking to them, Zeus. What's in them gonna come out of them.
You know what we got to do, Takesha? We gonna heat up this lake of fire together.
Man,
all
she
right.
need to go to send her to the lake of hell.
Oh.
Then take her to the lake of fire.
Okay. Why should she go there, Takesha? Why she need to go there?
Because she's a MAGA demon and she's unsafe.
That part right there, Nikki. We caught you in 4K. And it took just a little time. Go to hell, ladies and gentlemen. Let's send her straight to the lake of fire.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Your assessment of the circumstances at hand is truly unique. Let's talk about it. Translation?
You done lost your damn mind. When you get your damn mind, you call me.
Now, W to Keisha in the chat, please,
I'm gonna
ladies and
say this.
gentlemen. Thank you to
I'm gonna say
Keisha.
this, Zeus, and then I'm gonna go.
W to Keisha,
Every
please.
MAGA is not a racist, but every racist is a MAGA.
Hey, that part right there. Now, I'm inclined to believe that wasn't even her profile picture, Takesha. It's fair to say?
It probably is the Zeus, but I know him when I hear him. That's why I bait him, Zeus. All you got to do is keep bringing them facts and letting them lie and keep taking them away from your culture. And I promise you, it's going to come out. If she was black or cared about our race, she would have never uttered that word out of her mouth.
Exactly.
Racist who tried to blame Biden for being racist but overlooked the stuff Trump did. Anytime they do that, you can guarantee they are racist.
Yeah. Wow. And she says she's in South Carolina and she's married. I want to know who her husband is now. I wonder if he calls her that. I bet you her husband calls her that. I bet you her husband calls her that.
A racist whose husband stood over her while she voted and told her, you better vote for Trump. Yeah, that's what she is.
Nasty. Well, listen to Keisha.
Thank you for the conversation, Zeus. I really appreciate it. I had an awesome time, exposing that MAGA demon.
Woo! You sure did. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's give the beautiful Takesha a huge round of applause. No lies detected. Y'all see what's happening out here? Yeah. She don't want to hear no facts. She just wants to be. We've had 3 panelists come up here, and the first one admitted he was a racist. You saw this is how the show has been. The first one comes up, admits they're racist. The second one dances, but then admits he's a racist because he's defending the first one. And then the last guest, Nikki, comes up here, tries to duck and dodge and pretend like she has an issue with racism, and drops the hard the hard N-word. And where do they get this rhetoric from? They get it from their deranged cult leader, Donald J. Trump, ladies and gentlemen. This is exactly why I say the whole country is going down in degradation, all right? Good morning, Bounce. How are you doing, Bounce? All right, you saw that, Bounce.
My God. I was like, Takesha, get her, Takesha.
Yeah.
I'm going to turn on my... No, I can't. But
Aaliyah,
anyway,
thank you for the subscription. Go ahead.
I just have
Ida,
to
thank
tell
you for the subscription.
that if Nikki kept talking, I was going to ask you to drop me in the lake of fire. I'd rather be burned up than listen
No, don't
to
do
her
it.
another minute.
Don't do it.
I was just appalled. She is Miss Netta and Charles' daughter that they did in an experiment in the petri dish.
Wow.
That's where she come from.
Wow.
Now, I am just sick of these people, Zeus.
These are Trump supporters, though. These people care about the country, they say. What do you think it is, then?
Well, you know something? When they come out, like Takesha made her say the N-word, she act like that hurts our feelings. That don't hurt our feelings. It should hurt your feelings for even saying it because it don't hurt our feelings no more.
When they said that, you just made 1,000 people go vote for Kamala Harris. When they did that, they don't understand. This is the consequence for bad behavior. You're going to have to get spanked the hard way. Tell them, Bounce.
Donald Trump said to you Latino Americans that he don't see how anybody can pay $60,000 for a Mexican funeral. He said that to y'all.
After he agreed to pay for it.
Yes. So we already knew he was never going to pay for it. That's why he put his wife over there in his golf course so he don't have to pay taxes no more. And his dumb children allowed him to disrespect their mother's legacy by burying her for a tax break.
Wow.
That ought to tell you something. And I was called the N-word the other day, and I laughed because I told him, I said, honey, look.
Pamela, thank you. Tell him.
You cannot break me. There's nothing you can do to break me. What I'm going to do is make sure that everybody understands how important it is to be voting for Miss Harris.
Amen. Tell them, Bounce.
Donald Trump will not show his medical records, and people are asking for them because I think he just, from all the essaying he was doing, he got some kind of disease. That's why Melania don't lay with him, and maybe she got one too.
Alicia, thank you.
They're saying that Barron is a horrible person to animals and everything else, his teachers. So he's inherited his father's mental decline.
What? Wow. Wow. Wow.
And those are facts, Miss Nikki. Nikki need a new bandana. Nikki need to go get her a new lace front. Because that one she had on her head was sliding off.
Get her bounce.
I'm just tired of it. I am tired on this, and I have to keep expressing this. To all you seniors who are going out here, because my mother's a senior, to all of you who are voting your rights away just so you can have a little bit of comfort in knowing that he's hurting everybody else, he's hurting everybody's family that has seniors, that has children with disabilities, pre-existing illnesses, mental decline, helping people get into rehab. Because see, let me tell you something. Donald Trump's Obama's CARES Act, the
Affordable Care Act.
Affordable Care Act, it saved my daughter.
Let's go. That's far.
My daughter.
Thank you, man.
I did not have that in place, I don't know where my daughter would be. She was in the best. When I say I didn't have to put a penny out of my pocket, she was in the best rehab that I could get her in 5 different times, okay?
Thank you. Thank you.
And my daughter is sober 10 years now.
Amen. Thank you. Well, listen, Bounce, I got to move it on, my good friend.
I love you very much.
I love you too. All right, and as always, thank you for always supporting the platform, Bounce. You don't have to, but you do. I appreciate it, seriously.
I love it. It makes me happy. Okay.
All right. Let's bring up some of your friends and let's hear what they got to say. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to the beautiful Bounce. We're down to the wire, and we're trying to hear from as many of you as I can before we get up out of here. All right, I'll bring up my good friend Moo. Moo, what do you got to say, Moo? You heard a lot of nasty stuff today. And what are your thoughts, real quick?
Yeah, man, I'll be brief, right? So I'm actually here to talk to all my brothers and sisters on the left, man, because this isn't about Kamala. This isn't about Trump. This is about fighting fascism and becoming a fist against a fascist movement. The people you've had on here, they poison our humanity. They strip us away from our own communities. It's time to become the radical left that they fear because they are scared of you, which is why they try to make legislation to oppress you. They fear you. You need to advocate for your brothers and sisters on the left. You need to be 10 toes down for everyone. You have to stand against the fascists. I do not acknowledge any of the fascist service that was up here. As a veteran, I denounce your service to this country because you broke your oath to the Constitution. I do not acknowledge you as a fellow veteran, and your service means nothing to me. All right? I don't acknowledge that you served this country. You need to match their energy, folks. You have to match their energy. And I'll tell you right now, Donald Trump is not a legitimate candidate for president. You do not need to accept the results of this election if he wins. You do not need to acknowledge that Donald Trump is your president ever. They fear you, folks. Defend your brothers and sisters against the fascists. When they see your children get pew-pewed in school, they're hoping it was all liberal children. When they get on TV, they rant and rave racist statements constantly to divide you against your own communities. What I will tell you is this, folks. Do not initiate any violence, but defend yourselves. Defend your brothers and sisters. And if any of these fascists lay a hand on you, you make sure that they'll never lay a hand on any of us again. That's all I have to say.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to Moo. No lies detected. You see? These are real Americans coming up here and expressing how they feel about the current state of affairs in this country. And again, a lot of this is self-inflicted by guess who? MAGA. This is what you've done to the United States of America. What a shame. What a crying shame. All right, let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen. Who do we got next? All right, good morning, Jess. How are you doing, Jess? Welcome to the show. Good morning, Jess.
I'm great. I could not agree with Moo more, to be quite honest. I'm really tired of them saying that the left is so violent, because you want to know what I saw?
What's that?
I see people making jokes about Joe Biden right now. I see people on Twitter making all of these nasty jokes. And then Elon Musk has made 3 jokes about unaliving Kamala Harris. I don't want to hear anything that the violence is coming from people on the left. You guys made Halloween costumes out of Paul Pelosi and made jokes about what happened.
They did.
It's absolutely insane. The hypocrisy from the right is what is making everyone on the left so angry. We're tired of it. You guys are lying. Look at this. You remember the rally in the hangar, right?
Yep.
Look at this. 5 million impressions on Twitter because it's a Republican hellscape right now. But look at this. The crowd at Kamala's event in Detroit chanting Donald Trump. This is a lie. This is from the hangar, and they were not chanting Donald Trump. They were chanting for the people in the Middle East.
Wow.
They were chanting for the Palestinians that are going through horrors right now. And this has 5.2 million views from this morning. You guys are liars, the blatant lies. And you want to say that Kamala or the left is in a free fall? We don't have to lie like this. We don't have to twist ourselves into a pretzel. Sorry, I was helping my son. It's insane watching you guys do the mental gymnastics. We're disgusted and we're done.
Yeah. Well, listen, Jess, I appreciate you. All right.
And that lady?
Yes. Go ahead.
One more thing. That lady says that Donald Trump. And that lady. She said that she can't go look up his stuff. It's in the White House archives. You can go look it up right now. And I have been threatened with violence from the right. I have been told to go find a ceiling fan in my house, and you know what? So I don't want to hear nothing from the right. You guys are terrible, horrible people, and have the day you deserve.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to the beautiful Jess. No lies detected. This is what happens. This is why I say this is career ending for Trump. This thing he got going on with the mustache man, and you layer that with his disrespect for men and women in uniform. This is career ending for Donald Trump. It's over, MAGA. It really is. All right, let's bring up the next panelist. All right, Q-Dog, come on up here, brother. What do you got for us? All right.
What's
Thoughts?
going on, Zeus?
You know, another day out here trying to, reach those lost souls. What do you got for us, my good friend?
Boy, I wanted a piece of that young lady so bad.
Nikki, the racist one.
I probably would have sent her crying off this live.
Nikki, listen up.
That's just disgusting. And you got the nerve to say that. I don't know if her husband is white, black, or whatever, but what we do know from her own mouth, he was illegal. So we don't even know if she's legal in the United States.
That part.
And they want to just continue to kiss the ring and kiss the behind of this YT man. It's ridiculous. And it's not just her. It's a lot of blackers out here. But when it comes down to the real ish show and something happens to them, all they be screaming and crying for help.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
ain't that something?
Why are you doing this to me? I'm a patriot.
Yeah.
I voted for you. No, that's a little bit too late for that. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It does not matter what you say to these folks. They're going to keep their same mindset. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep this blue train rolling.
Hey, man, let's go.
And we're going to keep this voting for the Democrats and for VP Harris, soon to be President Harris.
Amen.
Going. and we could give a damn whether you like it or not. I'm at that point right now. It's like I said, it's like
We gonna drag them. We gonna drag them across either way it go, because we can do this the easy way, which is this conversation piece, or we gonna take care of business one way or the other. You're going this way. You're going this way.
You could take this win the easy way or the hard way.
Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. She was up here getting work. All right. The chat had her worked, Takesha had her worked, and she just couldn't contain herself. And then she let the MAGA demon reveal itself.
Oh, yeah.
And see, pure racism came out.
I say this all the time, Zeus. And
great job, chat.
And Takesha said everything that I wanted to say to her, so I really didn't have to come up.
Yeah.
It was like my spirit was speaking through her.
Mine too.
And yeah, pretty much she exposed herself. See, like I say all the time, when God is working, the devil gets real antsy and angry, and he ready to tuck and run.
Let's go. All right, well, listen up, Q Dog. Listen, I appreciate you, brother. We got to try to move it along, all right? And as always,
brother,
a pleasure to have you up here. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to Q Dog. No lies dejected.
Brother,
salute to you as well. All right. I mean, listen, somebody got to do all of this work out here, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody has to do it. All right. Good morning, my beautiful friend Bamba. Long time no see. You've been trying to talk to me for a while. Good morning, Bamba.
Yeah,
how are you?
Well, I do good in the morning. I was up all night reading and reading.
Yes.
So, anyways, I'll catch people up a little bit on the international scene.
Please do.
Okay, so France has been pretty vocal about this, but our allies are preparing. If Donald Trump gets in, they're going to go it alone. You right?
Yeah.
But here's the deal. This tariff stuff he's talking about. I checked the value of the dollar in the middle of the night, and I put up a bunch of exchange rates. And I know people are hurting here.
Yeah.
But guys, our dollar is strong. It's staying steady. So other nations are being pulled out of the hellhole we've all been in since the pandemic. And if Donald Trump puts in those tariffs and shuts out them from a market with such overall tariffs, they're going to come knocking.
Yeah.
We're not going to have to go to them. They're going to come to us. Pay attention. North Korea is in Russia right now. There's 2 brigades.
Yep. This is all facts.
I put up the Korean messaging that Ukraine is putting out there, so that if the Koreans hear it, they're offering them, decent lodging until the war is over. Okay, so I got that from the Ukrainian media. Okay,
yeah, it's facts.
Because they want you to share it. So if you know anybody who speaks Korean, share that. I'm shadow banned. Oh boy.
Oh my goodness.
But so that one, and then everybody knows about the Pitler. I want generals like Pitler.
Yeah. Trump's affinity towards the mustache man. It's disgusting. It's a disgrace.
He said, so we all think he wants to go after Milley, right?
Yeah.
But no, while he was in the White House, and Milley was working for him, while he was in the White House, he wanted to call back retired military so he could put them through court martials. Do you remember when he was talking about
I vaguely, I do. I vaguely.
He wanted to pew them. Yeah. So guys, right now Saudi Arabia and Egypt are going to do exercises in the Red Sea, and there's a chance Iran is going to join them. Blinken is over there. Last I saw, he was in Saudi Arabia. He was in Israel. Israel's plans for Iran got leaked. So Israel, Netanyahu spoke with Trump and basically blew him off.
Yeah, because Trump is
They're
running his
thinking
mouth.
that, yeah.
Trump has been caught running his mouth and disclosing some of Israel plans, and so yes,
Right, exactly.
Netanyahu has no other choice but to keep his distance because it's just
Yep.
another sign Donald Trump is clearly unfit. Now listen, Bam, I got to move
Yep.
it on. All right, my
Okay,
friend.
so I just want to say, guys, if you think you're hurting, go look and see what our dollar's doing.
Tell them. All
Yeah,
right, ladies
go
and gentlemen,
look.
let's
All
give
right,
it up
thanks.
to the Dark Bamba. I always enjoy the international updates that you bring, Bamba. Really, I do. All right. So as you all
No, they're out there.
they're out there. Yeah, but this is what we got to do. Thank you,
Yep.
ladies and gentlemen.
We've got this. Wait, one more thing.
Sure thing. Go for it.
Okay, so remember France beat the Hitler movement and their
Yes.
election.
Yes.
And then Spain did.
Yes.
The communists.
Yes.
Germany was really worried. They beat it. Moldova, 2 days ago now, had Russians paying for voters. They beat it. We've got this.
Yep. But we're
I
not
don't care
gonna.
how much money Elon Musk is throwing out, guys. It doesn't matter. We've got this.
Let's go. Thank you. Thank you, Dark Bamba. And I 100% agree with everything you just said. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give Dark Bamba a huge round of applause. No lies detected. So listen, ladies and gentlemen, we've had... Oh, wait a second. I got to get my brother up in here real quick before I get up out of here. King Nutty, what's going on, brother?
Listen, Zeus, I am so happy that you used your discernment not to bring me up when Kim was up. Even though I'm mad at you for not bringing me up, I've already lost one account. I don't need to lose a backup account.
Don't do it.
I was begging because I am famished. I'm like, I have melted down to nothing. I'm like all of 85 pounds. I'm so skinny because I was so hungry. I wanted to eat. That Bama backwoods, Mississippi burning, Bama punk, bleepity, 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 bleep, because I got to keep it clean because mama's listening.
That part.
Woman, listen.
Yeah.
You need to go find Jesus. Because I'm surprised Takesha didn't lose her everlasting mind on you. You don't know that you were just touched by an angel.
Thank you.
Because the grace that you were given, it was not warranted. It was not warranted. You are absolutely dangerous to our community. If you're even in our community.
She ain't. She's an outcast.
I am absolutely surprised that Takesha didn't lose her mind.
It was.
I
Thank you,
can't
Takesha.
fathom
Thank you.
this woman. First, I know I'm not dumb. I heard her say, I didn't vote for Trump because I didn't like the way he talked about women. Did she or did she not say that?
She said that.
Then she said, why I'm voting for Trump again. Which one is it, you liar?
Ooh, Nikki, you didn't stepped in it today, Nikki. This is probably the worst experience on TikTok.
I heard you say you didn't support Donald Trump but here's my question, Zeus. If she didn't vote for Donald Trump in 2020 because of the nasty things he said about women, guess what? He's still saying the same doggone things. So what makes you want to vote for him now? You got to make some things make some sense. And you are a walking contradiction.
MAGA logic is fundamentally flawed at all levels. All right. And that's just it never makes sense.
These are the type of Bamas that the white supremacists that they're looking for, because they can get their token Negro to say all of these things about their own community, and then they can say they can play plausible deniability. They can say they can say, well, we didn't say that. A person in their own community said that. See, but what we're saying is right because look, one of them is saying it, so they can't be wrong.
That part.
You are a danger to every person of color, not just black folks. But Asian, Hispanic,
Sir
anybody
Lawrence,
that's got some melanin, you are a danger. Because let me tell you something, ma'am. Tokens were meant to get spent, and you're being spent right now.
Now that's funny. No lies, detective. Go ahead, keep on cooking there. Look, give about 1 more minute, Nutty. Go
You
ahead.
sideways, half-cocked looking monkey. Listen, I am so sick of you. I would much rather deal with the Triple K than the likes of you.
Oh God.
Because at least I know what I'm getting with the Triple K.
Nutty, I shouldn't be laughing. I need to take
you should be laughing because that type of rhetoric, is absolutely dangerous. It's absolutely dangerous. She is a liar, and the truth is not in her. She doesn't even know how to read. Spell the word read, man.
Oh!
Spell it. I dare you spell it.
Nasty.
Because Takesha told you to go look things up, and I read the whole thing, Zeus.
She ain't looking.
Can I send you the clip, Zeus? Furthermore, when Joe Biden was speaking on the racial jungle back in 1972, my dude. He was speaking on the racial jungle in 1972, saying that he did not want his children to grow up in a racial jungle because of the bill that Congress was trying to pass, trying to integrate. It was not a good bill. It was going to make desegregation a lot worse. And he stated, I don't want my children growing up in the racial jungle. And then you all monkeys took that to mean Joe Biden is racist. See. And furthermore, my dude, the 94 crime bill, Joe Biden is responsible for the Violence Against Women's Act.
That part.
What planet are you living on, you ignoramus? Oh, see, I'm trying to keep it clean.
Keep it clean. Keep it clean.
Jesus.
Woo, Nutty.
I'm struggling to keep it clean. Mama, I may slip. So, Mama, ahead of time, please forgive me.
Hey, as far as I'm concerned, you didn't let it all out, brother. The game's over. At the end of the game's over.
Zeus, listen.
Wow.
Every white person is inherently racist. Everyone. We have grown up in a society of racism and supremacy.
Yeah.
We've grown up in that same society. White folks who are not racist, even though they have the propensity to be racist, they work on a daily basis not to be racist. Racism is a choice.
Amen.
It is absolutely a choice.
Amen. And if you want to be better, you got to put your hands on the plow and actually start to acknowledge that you got an issue. And this is what MAGA refuses to do. So since they don't want to acknowledge they got these issues, whether it's the racism or the misogyny, the bigotry, we're going to make sure every day you know it by getting
Mr.
up here
Zeus,
and doing this real work.
I got one more thing to say before I let you go, sir.
All right, brother. All right.
She said that her husband or her husband's colleagues were left behind in Afghanistan.
I
wish they would have left her monkey behind.
Nutty, you too much. You're too much, Nutty.
Because the likes of you have no part of our society.
Lord have mercy. I shouldn't be laughing. Stop it. No, listen, I shouldn't.
No parts of our society.
Laughing.
And white folks, that all 1.5K of y'all that's in here. This is one person of color that is just mad because she got her invite to the cookout revoked. Because again, tokens were meant to get spent.
Lord have mercy. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to Nutty Professor. No lies detected. I want to give a special thank you to all of the real Americans out there, especially those who served our country. To be honest, what you've had to listen to, especially coming from Donald Trump all the way down to his foot soldiers and his little cult members on social media, that's not really a reflection of the real country, the United States. It's not a reflection of us. They are possessed, all right? But I also want to do this. I want to give a special thank you to all of you, especially my subscribers, my gifters, my moderators, and my panelists. You've done an outstanding job. Today Today's show was pretty epic on so many levels, all right? Thank you all for helping to keep this show exciting, engaging, and entertaining, all right? I also want to give one final round of booze and shame. This goes out to all of the Zeus haters out there, and they know exactly who they are. All of the guests who got in the box, they're a bunch of Zeus haters, definitely. But they're not just my haters. They are also your haters. They get out here and promote misinformation and disinformation on behalf of Vladimir Putin and the Kremlin. They don't even know Vladimir Putin is packaging it up for them, and he's pushing it to them, and he got them out here selling it on every corner. They don't know it, but they're learning. They also promote evil, misogyny, bigotry, xenophobia, and just all kinds of corruption, criminality, and nastiness on behalf of their orange diaper-wearing, deranged, bird nest-wearing, crumpled blue suit, ridiculous red tie-wearing cult leader Donald J. Trump. Trust me when I tell you this, folks. These folks are the worst, and they are truly the scum of the earth. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give them our final round of booze and shame.
Silence, you MAGA daily.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we are out of here. I'll see you tomorrow. Same Zeus time, same Zeus channel. What a great show. Great show. Thank you, everyone. Let's go. We kept it as clean as we could. But that today was a dirty show. I got to admit it. It was a dirty show today. Alter Ego, thank you. Let's go. Miss Thompson, let's go. Thank you, Takesha. Thank you, everyone. The rest of you, the three of you that came up, y'all go to hell. Boom. Thank you. Yeah. Let's go, let's go, let's go, Zena. Thank you, everyone. Have a great rest of your morning. Get out there and keep on kicking butt. Hey. Queen, please. Lady Rima. Let's go. What a great show. We cooked a bunch of Trump supporters today, didn't we? Should we connect the dots? Let's connect the dots. Thank you, Angel. Hey. Woo! You gotta connect those dots. Because if you can't connect the dots, then you got a problem. Don't the Democrats know how to have all the fun? Thank you, Q-Dog. PA. Down Negro. My man. Yeah, thank you. Let's go. Woo! Let's go. Connect the dots. Woo! You gotta be able to do it, Q-Dog. You gotta be able to connect those dots, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. We got these Trump supporters crying this morning. Miss Vaughn, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the subscription, Coop. Thank you. We got MAGA triggered this morning. I don't know what y'all did in the comment section, but keep on doing it. Don't tell them I told you that, all right? Keep on doing it. She was crying. Takesha, you wore her out. All right.
You don't mind if I go off teleprompter for a second, do you?
She said,
All right.
Did you see Barack Hussein Obama last night?
Thank you, Angel.
Take little shots. He was taking shots at your president. And so was Michelle. They always say, sure, please stick to policy, don't get personal. And yet they're getting personal all night long, these people. Do I still have to stick to policy? Sir, you must stick to policy. You'll win it on the border. You'll win it with inflation. You'll win it with your great military that you built that they gave away $85 billion worth.
This is him talking to himself. What a sick pup, right? Ladies and gentlemen, let's give Kamala Harris the last word.
Anyone who has called for, I quote, termination of the Constitution of the United States, as Donald Trump has, must never again stand behind the seal of the President of the United States.
That part right there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, have a great rest of your morning. I'm out of
Never
here.
again.
Take care and stay safe out there in those TikTok streets. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do.